Hey there, kids. It's me, Oni the Unicorn. And I'm here to tell you that f***ing your dreams ain't cheap. In fact, it costs a ton of cash to do. So that's why me and the Oh No Radio Show need your help. Just go to the website displayed below and hit us up with some cash, yo. $1, $5, $1 million if you have it to spare. Any amount is appreciated. Well, I gotta go because these dreams ain't gonna fuck themselves. See ya!
No.
No! God, please, no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no. Oh hell no.
You are listening to the Oh No Radio Show.
Eat a bag of dicks.
So, I'm trying to figure this out. Are koalas really smart or really stupid? Oh no, baby! That's right. We are back again here on a Monday night with episode 618 of the Oh No Radio Show. My name is Owen. I am the captain of this shit ship. And along with me tonight, all the way from the Great White North, is my good buddy Ty via the Zooms.
Yeah.
And
I'm here.
And thankfully, man, it's been too long because, man, life has just been too hectic. But Mikey B, you're looking dead tired. You're looking a little worse for wear, but you are in studio with me here tonight. Oh, my bad. There we go.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm depressed. I thought about just walking into the woods at some point this week.
Just walking in there,
and
never
coming back.
Just walk in a straight line. Just keep going. Like it's like when old people, it always happens to old men. Like old men.
That's on one headlight.
They get dementia, right? And then they just end up they walk into the woods and they end up like in the middle of the woods. It's quite sad. That they never come back, and then they find them like 3 days later. They're all cold and dehydrated. It's either the Wallflowers or Madball wrote some song about that old couple that famously just like got in their car and drove away. That wasn't that the band? No, so that was Fastball. Yeah. That's a real sad one if you've never heard that.
The song isn't that sad. Like when you're like, anyone can see the road that they walk on is paved in gold, and it's always summer. They'll never get cold. They'll get lonely. They'll never get old and gray. That one.
Yeah, that's a good track.
Yeah, I love to karaoke that song until I found out it was so sad.
Yeah.
And most of the places I was karaokeing back then were old people bars, and I was half sad but half expecting some of them to leave the bar and just drive off into nowhere.
Aw. Well, they would after they heard you karaoke it. They probably would want to do
beautiful.
Yeah. So why are you so depressed and sad, Mike?
Bro, I'm working like 70 hours a week, my man.
Oh, man. See, Ty is also depressed and sad, but he never works.
How can you be sad and depressed? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to invalidate your depression. That's my own anger and depression speaking.
How dare you, sir?
He
But
asked
somehow
you.
I
He asked
find
you
a
a
way
question.
to work as little as I can.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that though. I come from a world where not working is working for me.
Is celebrated.
Yeah, I fuck all this like, oh, you need to be a hustler, all that. No. Laziness.
I would rather just do nothing.
Laziness is the key to happiness. Stop trying to everybody in this
Can I
generation.
assure you, Owen?
Everybody in this generation, they're always just trying to be like, you know what? I need
Hustle
to-
mentality,
need to
grind
get
life.
big, better, and like do better things with my life. No. Don't.
Done.
Make less money. Basically,
Move in with your parents.
don't.
I am so my apartment lease ends in like 4 months. I am so ready to
Oh.
call my own mother and be
Just
like,
be like,
shit's not working.
Yeah.
We need to
let Janine do her own thing. You can go back there. Yeah, like you'll still
No,
be
it doesn't.
married.
No, it doesn't work if I have to support a household I don't live at.
Yeah.
So we both got to I just got to tell my mom, like, hey, it's not working. Is it cool if we just move back in for a couple months to get back on our feet, and then just basically stay there?
Yeah, and then you don't really have to work. Like mom
I
will
could go
cook
back.
dinner.
I could
Mom
go
will-
back to working just a regular. Because
No,
the house is paid for, bro.
Work less.
No, because I still want stuff. I still
Okay.
I want more Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Bro, once I don't have to pay for a house or like my apartment or anything.
Imagine the Ninja
I'll
Turtles
have
you can get.
So the third room in the house, like my mom has her room, we'd have another room, and there's a third bedroom in the house.
Ninja Turtle room.
It'd be a studio Ninja Turtle room that I just take over.
Yeah.
They got terrazzo floors in that B.
Oh wow, they're talking my language.
Oh, buddy.
Imagine the stuff you could hang in there.
The house is block.
Blank template. Block
Tap con. I'd have to bring you in
crazy.
as a consultant almost.
Yeah. Oh
just-
well, I think you would need to. You would need.
Yeah.
Mikey has been in the house now. He's taking a look around. I'm sure you can see all the fine tap conning I've been doing.
Oh, everything is off the floor.
Yeah. I mean,
Not a single thing is gracing his brand new terrazzo floor in this house.
I refuse to ruin the floor. I'm gonna hang.
It's literally the most hardened floor you can get. I don't want to scratch it. I don't want to ruin it.
No. Yeah.
Bro, I can still remember. It might be why I am the man I am today.
Yeah.
A dog knocking me over and smacking my head on the terrazzo floor.
Oh wow!
one
When you were a
time.
little kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Ow.
I was out for like a minute.
It's a hard flooring. It's a very
Mhm.
hard
It's sturdy.
flooring. Yeah, it's sturdy
No
flooring.
Sturdy.
There's no creaking.
No creaking with the keeps the house cooler. Oh, I'm all about that. Like
You know what you can do on this floor? You just pour a glass of water on the floor. Nothing happens.
nothing. It just okay.
Get a couple towels.
Yeah, it's not gonna seep into nothing.
No moldy carpet. That's nice.
It is nice. Speaking of like,
But you got to get a good rug. You
Oh,
don't
we
have a
gotta-
good rug yet?
I got a good rug out there in the living
right,
room.
all
Real quality
Rugged up.
rug. It's a good looking rug. I'm going with a very hipster mid-century modern aesthetic.
Ooh.
Oh, and we're not even at the middle of this century yet. How do you?
Well, it's the old. Yeah, what is it? The 50s?
It's mid last century. Yeah.
Mid last century.
I
Yeah.
just know you got to start calling everything. It's very last century.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I think that okay, maybe I should have gone back to the 2000s, the early 2000s aesthetic. We'll bring
Oh,
back.
God.
We're gonna bring back those big puffy leather chairs.
Love them. Big fan.
Black.
Everything.
Very black furniture. Purple. I think some purple
Ooh.
curtains would really
I like
would
it.
look good.
I like it. Can we get some neon green in there? I like that too.
I think so. I think we can do that.
Good.
What do you think? What do you think of the lighting in the studio? By the way, very, purple.
It looks like you're trying to spot out a bunch of cum stains, but I mean, you do you.
Yeah,
Uh,
I would be surprised that it's not speckled in here. Honestly, with
I
these
mean,
lights.
Kind of is. I mean, that's
Kinda-
spots. Not gonna lie. There's some spots hanging out.
Well,
Could be blood. Could be urine.
yeah,
Could probably semen.
bit of everything. I like a good mix, you know?
Yeah.
You don't know how I get down.
A good mix. So yeah, you've been pretty depressed because you're working too goddamn much. 70+ hours a week, you've said. That is not fun, Mike.
It's not.
What about you, Ty? Why are you depressed again? What are you doing?
No, just general midlife depression.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
40 years old, mom's basement, working for a cable company. Normal.
Something like that.
Are you
Yeah.
40? You're not 40 yet, right? Are you 40?
I turned 39 in about a week.
Oh, it's a week. It's your birthday's coming up soon. I'll
Yup.
have to not buy you anything
Ty,
as usual.
Ty, I don't want to disparage
Yeah.
you because I am literally 38 years old and I work at a fast food restaurant. I'm the assistant
I
manager
know,
of
man.
a fast food
I know.
restaurant.
I get it.
It's not
Um,
fast food. It's a
I
step
mean-
up from that.
We're modeling ourselves after Chick-fil-A.
Oh God, you're vegan Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Without
Dude, here's the thing.
without the
It
Christ.
tastes so good. If the food just tasted like butt, I'd have an easier time just going, man, this sucks.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
But the food is really good. And something that happens that never has happened anywhere else I've worked, we get complimented on the food.
Really?
The other day we did, I want to say like 81 tickets. So 30 plus
Really?
30 plus people
Compliments.
stop to be like, hey man, this is like the best version of vegan food I've ever had.
No kidding.
We get people from who fly in because we're the closest thing to the airport that's strictly vegan.
Wow. And it's not exactly close to the airport either.
No.
Not terribly.
No,
far.
but it's 25 minutes from the airport.
Yeah. We get people coming in with suitcases and luggage coming to us before they go to wherever they're
No
headed
shit.
to.
Wow.
And we have people like, hey,
I know you get some of the wrestlers in that are vegan, like too. I know you get that.
Mr. Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn's
We're basically friends now.
yeah, you're basically buddies.
Nux when he comes in.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I am jealous of that, by the way.
Um,
It's the only thing about working in that restaurant that has made me jealous.
I mean, I met Finn Balor at my other
It's
restaurant.
Balor, but okay.
But I meet all these wrestling superstars. It's so
It's
crazy.
no big deal.
That is crazy.
Mm.
The amount of no amount of guests have ever been this kind and polite to us. I've never.
Do you think that's just the vegan audience, though, too? Do you think?
A slightly
you
cheerier
know,
audience.
Yeah.
It could be, but here's my take on it. And I've talked to my boss about it, and we're kind of on the same page. I think the options for strictly vegan only are so few and far between.
Pretty limited, yeah.
Even here in Orlando, which is
It's a foodie city at this point.
foodie
yeah.
central.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the exclusively vegan options are still so limited that we're basically vegan comfort food. We're not even trying to do like healthy anything. So I think we just get a lot of praise just because we're doing what we're doing really well.
Like home scratch feeling type
yeah.
food, but just happens to be vegan.
Yeah.
So, and I do like that because just because it's vegan doesn't mean it has to be healthy or tasteless. I like that you're the unhealthy vegan place.
So I mean that I will say that definitely does help.
Yeah.
Like that everyone is super nice about everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But dude, it's
Just a-
still 70 hours a week.
It's a grind, man. Like when you got one day off and your next day is going to be 12 hours and the next day after that's going to be 10, 12 hours, whatever it is, man. Like that's tough, you
It
know,
goes-
like it's wake up, get to work, do your thing, come home, eat, go to bed. Like it's a lot of that, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
Bro,
Are you still jerking it every day in the morning?
I have to.
Yeah.
I can't not.
Yeah. Like this, it's not even.
It's more utility than it's ever been.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because dude, when I can't even jerk off before I go to bed. I'm so tired.
Mm-hmm.
That for listeners, super awkward.
Sounds like a problem.
I've never been tired enough to fall asleep
Naturally. Yeah.
without weed and utility masturbation.
Right. Those are the
So-
two things. That's his what's that
Cocktail
drug?
to go to sleep.
What's
It's my
that-
Ambien.
That's your Ambien, yeah.
Yeah. Jerking off and smoking a bowl is
Yeah.
what puts me down.
You'll probably say less crazy things than people on Ambien
I could ramp it up if we need
if
to.
you need to. Yeah.
I mean, no reason to like scale it down.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm gonna be fucked up, I mean, maybe I should start taking Ambien.
Maybe. That'd be good for the
Yeah.
show. We should all do Ambien one time.
And then
And-
try and
God.
stay up and do the
try
show.
and do a show.
Good Lord.
Yeah. We should do that.
Can we just start going through? Start doing like a series of drug
Just
shows?
random. Yeah, we could do that.
Like,
Ketamine. Let's do a ketamine show.
I want to take a bunch of Lipitor, the cholesterol drug,
We
and then
could-
do a show.
Okay, that'd be fine.
Like my heart's all like normalized. It's like,
Whoa.
all right, let's
I
get
feel-
some blood flowing in
I
here.
feel good. I feel really.
This is crazy good.
Yeah. We could do. We could do a Benadryl tripping.
Oh,
we could
God.
do a.
Oh, bro,
We could do that.
I don't want to be like.
Robitussin.
I don't want to be walking around the studio and feeling the ripples from my footsteps.
It sounds kind of fun.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take any real drug. I want to take like
Dumb shit.
okay, let's all take enough Robitussin to Robotrip and then do
Yeah.
a show.
Yeah. Let's not do like actual we're not gonna do like cocaine or we're not
No,
gonna do
that's
anything.
dumb.
Like, no. We're gonna take like a bunch of Allegra. You know.
Oh, my note, I can breathe so
Yeah.
good.
Oh, it feels like it's pure. I could smell the oxygen.
Oh, bro, let's do a show with some oxygen masks and like
I'd be in.
saline IVs.
Yeah. We probably feel great.
Yeah, let's take some drugs that are like the biohack drugs that like
Yeah.
help our bodies work better.
I'm in. Let's do it. That's
Lots of mushroom coffee. I don't know.
mushroom coffee. I'm in.
I mean, I'm already taking lion's mane capsules every day. So.
Yeah. You're a lion's mane man. I
Um,
need to get some. Maybe that's my next
Gotta
thing.
get some nootropics, buddy.
Well, I tell you what, I've been growing a lot of plants, and I even got I'm rushing into this, man, because I was debating whether or not I wanted to tell you guys this, but I ordered a greenhouse on Amazon. Basically, the package came today, and it's just a lot of
tarp.
poles and a tarp.
That's what I figured it would
And
be.
it's
Amazon greenhouse, poles and tarp, huh?
Yeah, and I cannot figure out how to put this thing together at all.
God
Like
damn it, Owen.
it is so confused. The instructions are not very well laid out. There's basically one picture of this thing, and I gotta wing it, and put this thing together. So that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing tomorrow. Is
You drilling it? Are you drilling it in the wall?
I was
Tap
disappointed.
con it into the ground.
Yeah, duh.
He's gonna pour a whole concrete slab so he can
Just-
just bolt this thing to the ground.
Yeah, 100%. What do you think? What do you think I'm doing here? It's sort of Rudy Poo operation. You think I'm running?
Owen's gonna get into light masonry and
Yeah.
do something big.
So no, I think with my greenhouse, maybe my next step after that is I get into mycology. I start growing the
Damn
mushroom,
right.
the lion's mane. Our friend, Matthew Stafford of Ono Wrestling, he's all into it, man. He's got his whole bathroom.
Yep, in a state that lets you.
Yeah, but no, he's growing like
He's growing the regular ones.
he's growing
too,
all. Yeah, he's growing them all.
Yeah.
He's growing them all.
Are you growing them all?
You will see.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, we will see. I might little update.
Owen grows one little pot of button mushrooms just so that he can show people like, I got regular mushrooms in here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's totally normal. I did want to give you, Ty, because we talked about it on last week's show. It was just the two of us. Mikey probably didn't, is unaware of this, but I'm trying to propagate my wandering Jew.
The propagation. Yeah.
Not going well. I'm just gonna go ahead and give you that.
Turning
update.
into a limping Jew now.
It's pretty limpy.
Stationary Jew almost.
Pretty limpy. Yeah.
You're overwatering.
No.
You're giving it too much stimulation.
I think I gave it too much sun. The plant's in shock right now. It's gonna be sitting there.
Oh, I've been in the sun too much.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm wilting.
Yeah.
You know who treated the wandering Jews bad last time?
Well, yeah.
Looking a little
the Pharaoh?
right-wing Nazi guy over here.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Hey, bro,
don't talk
let's
about
be
Mikey
fair.
like that.
Those Jews were not wandering. They were very established and had a whole lot of money. Some would say most of the money in the country.
And I
Oh,
heard.
no.
So if we're pointing fingers at people who were causing economic depression in the rest of a population, not going to tell you which one, seems like they'd be a pretty fair target. If you want to talk about who really messed with the wandering Jews, you talk about the Pharaoh of Egypt.
I heard they had something to do with Hollywood.
I mean, they run a fair amount of it, but it's only because back in the day it was a shitty profession and Jews were looked upon poorly.
We ignore that part though. We don't,
Well, no, because of course we ignore it. It defeats our point.
I did have a Larry David Jewy experience this past week.
Did you complain about something and you could have easily just passed by?
I had the old waiting on a parking spot in a very busy parking lot.
Here we go.
Clearly gonna, take the spot. And I was robbed of the parking spot. I debated getting out of the car, but I decided in the end,
Shaking your fist.
that there was a lot of that. There was a lot of, hand gestures and
That's a very Larry David thing to do.
Yeah. So, I ended up. It was one of those, me and Teresa, we were going to grab a cider at a place we like, near the house that's got a good cider, and we wanted to go there specifically for this. And after that whole situation, she basically just says, okay, well, we're not going here. How about we go to this other place that's a couple miles away? Because I don't think that she wanted to, even if we were to find a parking spot, deal with the aftermath of now Owen goes in, and now he's, at this brewery, this location, and, what I might say to the other patrons in the restaurants, that therefore trip ruined, because I can't be trusted, in the establishment after something like that has occurred. What I feel like that's not giving me enough credit for my calm and cool composure that I generally have.
Yeah, until you become a passive-aggressive D-head. That happens. That happens.
No, I mean,
You know
Teresa's very even keel. Like, she's not that way.
She's a great person. That's why she's not letting you go in and be a not great person.
Oh, I thought she was just going to be, she was a little too flummoxed. I think she was probably going to rip a new a-hole out of this guy. I think that's what it was, definitely.
She didn't. She restrained herself.
Yeah.
Blaming you, though.
Well, that's kind of what I was picking up.
You think she blamed you and said...
Well, she knew that she would go off the handle.
Is she a secret spicy one?
Oh, yeah.
She seems like, no offense, zero spice.
Oh,
sans spice.
All the spice. All of it. You don't see what goes on behind these doors, how much she abuses me.
I've heard her talk about things that she wasn't happy about out on the porch, and I almost couldn't tell that she was displeased about them.
Yeah.
It was kind of hard.
Yeah.
She even said it really nicely that she wasn't super stoked about the way things have been going.
Meanwhile, it's like the most egregious, like
yeah, it's like if it's happening to me, I the hardened like kitchen, I would be in tears. Like, why would they do this to me? And she's like, well, I mean, it wasn't the best.
They were having a bad day. Yeah. Dude, yeah, a lot of that.
But behind closed doors,
Oh, it's different. It's night and day, sir. Seriously though, how do you think that she's capable of living with me? She has
she's
to
a
be
secretly awful person.
Yeah. That's it.
Mhm. It makes sense.
She's the one that wanted the wandering Jew in the house.
Well, that's they're like vampires. You got to welcome them in.
Yeah, that is true too. That is true. Hello. I did ask the question at the very top of the show as we were getting started up after the intro here about koalas, and I've been seeing a lot of koalas lately on my algorithms.
Okay, I was gonna say,
Like,
where are you?
Yeah.
A lot of koalas popping up in my algorithm. Probably because WWE went to Australia. You know,
Is that why?
I think
Yeah.
so. It's probably something related to that. You know, my wrestling fandom and koalas combined. I don't know.
I mean,
But-
both smooth brain. Got him.
Got him. No. So I saw this video. There's one, and it was honestly like the saddest thing I've probably like ever seen. And it was this koala who was mourning the death of his koala friend, right? So there's like this dead koala,
That sounds like some anthropomorphization.
and this koala was there, and he was like, oh, like you could see he was like sort of like, hey buddy, like I miss you, and he's like, oh, he puts his head there, oh, he looks like he's crying. This koala, it ruined my day, honestly.
Well, hold on, Owen. Did he then try and either eat it or fuck it?
Not that I saw in the video, maybe afterwards, but I didn't think,
Fair.
you know, what I saw was just a koala, and he was very remorseful about the passing of his koala friend. And then it got me to thinking, because me and Teresa had a conversation about this, and I wanted to bring it up to you guys, see what your 2 cents are. But I was thinking, like, okay, koalas have to have some sort of intelligence to mourn like a death, right? Like there are animals that we know that mourn deaths. Like I think elephants are a famous one.
Yeah.
They do.
They walk down to like the river and shit. There's stories about them like under a full moon, like kind of like almost like paying tribute to like their
Fallen elephants.
and stuff
Right.
like that, right? I feel like there's other animals, I would assume.
I mean, dogs mourn people constantly.
Right.
I do think it's a common thing for animals to mourn each other in passing.
Is it a sign of intelligence, though?
I would say to some degree.
I would think so, right?
Okay, so if we're stacking things in the for intelligence to the for not intelligence category, it's definitely something you can put in the plus side.
I would think so. Yes, that's what my thought was. And so,
Okay.
like when I saw this video, I'm like, I'm thinking about, like, okay, koalas must be like somewhat like intelligent or whatever. But then I go ahead and literally the following day, completely unrelated, scrolling through my Reddits. And
Watch out for some koala action.
and some koala action hits again, Ty, because it threw a fact on me that I was not aware of. Now, koalas, I think they eat a lot of eucalyptus leaves, and
They're pretty high all the time.
probably some other, like they eat other leaves off other trees and stuff like that. But they're vegetarians; they eat leaves, right?
It's like 95% eucalyptus.
I think so, right? Like, yeah,
It's
that's-
And it does get them high, though.
Yeah,
It
it
does.
metabolizes in their body into
and
alcohol.
that's why they always look high and sleepy and shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, they will eat those leaves, but only if it's off a branch. Like if you take a bunch of
Yup.
eucalyptus leaves and you take them off the branch or whatever,
Can't even
and
eat
you
'em.
put it on a table and like the koala's there, or put it on a flat surface, whatever, right? Put them on the ground. the koala is so dumb that it doesn't recognize it as food to eat the leaves because it's not on the branch.
Yep.
So, is
Dumb.
the koala dumb as fuck, or is it pretty smart because it is mourning its dead koala friend?
Look at it like this, Owen.
Both.
Oh, it did that thing again. It did that. Remember when it did that?
Is it just not coming through at all?
I mean, it's coming through. It just sounds one-legged. You might have to just hop over to the other one. That mic has had issues. It's weird. It's like an intermittent thing too. I'll move Mike over here. No big deal. Let me just move. I'll move. Yeah, I got to tap. Do I need the drill? I'll get the drill out.
I do need to hang myself back up too. So yeah, it's like, I guess koalas, you could say, yeah, maybe koalas are so smart, like super high end level intelligence, but because of their diet and because they drink so much,
they're a little dumb.
They don't seem like they're hyper intelligent, much like me.
Okay, so we're
hyper intelligent,
right?
But so
you've got to dumb it down.
The system burns so hot. You got to splash some alcohol and throw a bunch of weed.
You are a bit like a human koala.
I've been saying it for years.
You got a koala face a little bit. Little koala.
Little brewery.
Yeah. You're cuddly like a koala.
Always fucked up.
Sensitive.
Yeah.
Sensitive, you know. You do have a lot of koala traits.
I got the qualifications.
Ty, though, also a stoner. Not a koala. He's not a koala. He's more
not quite.
More panda.
Yeah, little.
He's cute.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch. He does a lot of interesting stuff.
When I picture Ty as an animal, there's two animals that come to mind. They're completely unrelated, but Ty as an animal is either a giraffe or he's a. I do feel like you have giraffe like tendencies, right? But I also think, quite honestly, I think you're more of an ostrich.
Oh,
I think he's got
tall, little goofy.
Yeah. He's ostrichy, right?
I could see ostrich.
Can I be a wizard?
Giraffe-ish.
No, wizard isn't an animal, Ty. We're not. That's not. Last I checked,
was wizards notoriously very few downfalls.
Yeah.
And Ty, I'm not trying to pick on you, but. You got
I only
downfalls.
have like one or two downfalls. There's not many of them.
Aren't you going through a downfall like currently, actively?
I mean, yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. But no, I also got to thinking about like what are some of the most intelligent animals that we know of. Period. Right?
It's like dolphins and
elephants. Okay, so that's the thing. Dolphins are an interesting one. Because we know they're sexual deviants.
And they get fucked up.
I think they're probably sociopaths and don't mourn their dead.
Really?
Okay.
I don't know. Can dolphins? I know they're mammals and everything, but like, dolphins?
So what if, what if you have enough mental capacity to be like hyper intelligent for an animal, but because you don't possess necessarily a conscience, like mourning might not be one of those things you actually do.
Now that mic's all fucked up, isn't it?
Fucking hell, yeah.
Am I just killing mics out here?
It's not your fault. It must be the preamps on this thing. But it's so weird because why wouldn't mine be the same way? Yeah, move again. See,
I'm pretty sure, like, while you're testing shit, I'm pretty sure that fucking, like, whales, fucking orcas, like sea whales, I think both of them have been known to mourn after death.
I just looked it up. Several species of cetaceans? I didn't know that was a word. Is that a word?
Cetaceans?
Cetaceans.
Oh, I don't know.
Cetaceans?
Cetaceans?
What
group is that?
I guess that's like dolphins and shit.
Elephants and
Yeah,
dolphins.
I don't know.
Dolphin and whale?
But yeah, it says they have been observed behaving in ways that suggest they mourn their dead group members.
Oh.
So maybe they're not as I thought. I just have this perception of dolphins.
So check this out. It seems like most of the underwater mammals are kind of intelligent.
I wouldn't say most, but there are.
Killer whales are pretty smart.
A lot of the whales are pretty intelligent and have like some semblance of human, like what we've attributed to be human traits,
right?
Feelings,
like
emotions,
the things that we put on them. Like that. Yeah.
You know, maybe not seals. Seals seem like water dogs. Like they're about as intelligent as dogs, but dogs aren't dumb by any means.
Nah, Neil the seal knows what he's doing.
No, that guy's a party animal. Okay,
Yeah.
He knows entirely what he's doing. He's doing whatever he wants.
Yeah, no, Neil the seal rules.
Yeah,
I think he's our friend.
Number one, Neil the Seal podcast.
No, 100%.
Yeah,
we were on team Neil the seal before he got popular.
Yeah, I mean before the news got a hold of him.
Well, right. Well, pretty
right
much
at the same time.
Exactly the same time. Yeah.
So it does
I'll
seem
also
like
say, like, man, I don't know if you remember, but I went to Australia. Got to hang out with koalas.
But didn't you bang an Australian girl in high school in Australia?
Wasn't a full bang, but heavy makeout sesh.
Oh,
it was pretty good.
another makeout sesh. See, Ty's been
king of the makeouts over here.
Yeah, no, he was
heavy-
making out last week. He's been feeling like how many boobs? How many boobs? You squeezed more.
How many
boobs?
bases have you gotten through, Ty?
Have
Have
we
you
squeezed-
rounded second?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he got over bra undershirt boob.
I love saying it that way. It's
Yeah.
so funny. Like,
Man, Ty, middle school me would be
Hot
fucking
action.
cheering you on. So many high fives.
Ty. High five, Ty. Yeah. Have you?
Bitches.
Did she listen to the last show? And did she love your boob talk? She was like, you know what? I really did love it when you over the bra under the shirt in me. Did she say that?
I'm pretty sure I got lucky enough that she missed that part. I don't
Okay.
think she went back.
OTB UTS. Over the
Maybe.
bra
I
under the
don't know.
shirt. Man, Ty, I want to say, like, proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him. Like,
But fuck something already. Jesus Christ. Stop
Yeah.
fondling people and get to fucking them.
well, he was gonna get brave. Last week he was saying he was maybe gonna get brave and bring her down into the basement. But now, like,
That's a serial killer move, Ty.
yeah. But now, like the whole family's gonna be down in the basement with him.
Yeah, you
so
can't fuck
There's no
anybody.
hiding.
You
There's
can't
no
fuck
hiding.
anybody and like with your mom on the other side of the door.
yeah.
You know what, Ty?
You need.
I will
Want me to
say,
get you guys some water?
when she leaves, make sure she picks up a bird on the stick on the
Uh-huh.
way out.
Yeah. See, I said that he actually, for every sexual conquest, needs to get a bird on a stick and put it on a shelf so that like you can see how
His
many.
mom,
Yeah.
his mom thinks,
Yep,
oh, Ty
yep.
got really into one bird on a stick.
Yeah. Oh, she must be the right bird on the stick for you.
For fuck's sake.
No, and the joke is she wouldn't notice because there'd be one bird.
Oh yeah.
That'd be it.
Yeah.
She'd be like, oh, that's a nice bird he got.
Yeah. And it's kind of a fucked up bird actually. It's a little mangy.
Yeah,
A little
it'd be
mangy,
great.
you know, like
Be a great bird on a stick.
okay. Yeah. So, all right. So we're in agreement that koalas are probably dumb.
I mean, they're pretty smooth brained, and we've kind of taken to the accepted knowledge that you gotta have
That's
some
what I
wrinkles
was-
in your brain to be the smart one.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. What I remember, like being there and shit, like they let us hold a koala, which is kind of wild, but they got like dagger claws, you know, so you got to be kind of
Ah.
careful. But like, dude just like hopped on my back, chilled out for a moment, looked around like he was real high, and then he was like, "All right, I'm good."
I'm gonna get and then he was just like, all right, I'm gonna I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys.
See you guys later.
See you guys later.
It was kind of cool though. Like I had respect for him. I was like, you look pretty stoned. Yeah.
I mean, they are cuddly. Like
They look like their
They
fur
look cuddly,
is so
but
pettable.
the dagger claws, you got to be careful.
I would trim them. I would get one and I would just trim them. Like we used to do that with my birds. We had birds and we used to get their like nails clipped and stuff. And they're idiots when they get their nails clipped. They can't walk for shit.
That's what I mean. It's kind of mean, right? It's like their toes you're cutting, man.
But they, less scratchy,
Yeah, but then they like can't do the things that they're supposed to do, like climb and.
Yeah, we had a ladder that went out. It was like this bird cage that had a ladder. Like it was probably like 2-3 feet high, right?
Yeah.
Like where the cage sat, and then it had a ladder, so we used to let him out of the house, and they used to just wander about the fucking birds, and then like. They would go up like the ladder, all time for bed or whatever, and they'd go up. They knew how to go up the ladder or whatever. Oh, I never seen something so funny with a bird with no claws trying to get up that ladder, just sliding off of it. Oh, it was good time. See, that's the sort of quality family entertainment that we used to get in the Butler household.
The only memory I have of a bird, my grandpa, like right after he got into his accident and was kind of like wheelchair bound, he got a bird.
You got a bird? What type of bird he get?
A little
cockatiel?
No.
That's what we had. We had cockatiels.
It's the
Parakeet.
No, it was a little
Budgie?
green with like the red cheeks. It was small, but it was a smaller bird.
I think that is a parakeet.
His name was Pepe.
Okay. It's a good name. It's a good bird name.
And that bird hated every single person other than my grandfather.
Oh, they get like that.
Yeah, like you
couldn't.
couldn't get near him. If he was on my grandpa, you couldn't like go and approach my grandpa at all. Bird was just a real asshole piece of shit, and it might have been the saddest I think I've ever seen my grandpa when the morning like that the bird had passed away overnight.
Oh man,
No.
see, that's unusual. Like, how old was the bird? They usually live a long time.
I think my grandpa it's kind of I can say this now that they're both dead. Awful pet owners.
Yeah.
Both my grandparents.
Yeah.
Oh, just feed them whatever the fuck they want. Like, they had regular food. They fed them at regular intervals. But anything that they ate, the fucking animals ate.
So the bird was getting, like, corned beef hash and shit?
Yeah, giving him almonds, giving him fucking shitloads of fruit. Like, but not regular, like, dried fruit, like, dried sweetened fruit. Like, fuckloads of nuts. Like,
actually giving the bird Fruit Loops for breakfast?
Yeah, like, they didn't give a shit. Like, my grandma fed the cats whatever she was eating, cottage cheese, like, whatever the fuck she was eating.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know a cat would eat cottage cheese. I didn't know.
Neither did I.
Pretty sure.
I don't think they do, like, as a rule.
Why not?
Bro, the only way my grandparents' pets survived is once my grandpa passed away and it was just my grandma. My mom stepped in and was like, "No, stop feeding the pets all this bullshit. Stop it. That's what's killing all your pets."
Okay, yeah. So Teresa, we were out of cat food when we had Ginger years ago, right? And we got like drunk and like super hungover, but we didn't have any cat food, so the cat was like meow.
Cottage cheese.
Yeah. Meow, yeah.
Here, Ginger, eat this bean burrito from Taco Bell.
Well, it was about that. She opened up a can of like chunky Campbell's beef stew and put it in a bowl on the floor.
Did she destroy it?
And she didn't touch it. Like,
the
cat,
she didn't.
The cat doesn't know what beef stew is. Like,
Maybe if you had just picked like the beef out and put it in the bowl
Maybe.
alone.
But even then, I don't think that
I think your cat was just
I
being
can't
a
believe she
bitch.
didn't eat it. I thought she would be like, "All right, what's this shit?"
Yeah, like the same one that like the football players advertise, like the
Chunky.
yeah.
Yeah,
My
I
mama,
used to get those.
yeah. Decent soups.
Listen, Michael Strahan has something to say to Ginger as soon as he hears she didn't like that Chunky.
Yeah.
It's not like your dog Moose Tie that probably just sticks its face in everything and is just like, I'm eating it.
Yeah.
If possible, yes. Yes.
Well, would Moose eat another dog, do you think?
Like
Like
if it was just a dog that was dead, or like
like a
meat
prepared,
that's in front
yeah,
of him.
yeah, like a meat, like a dog meat.
You ground a dog up and fed it to Moose?
Yeah.
First of all, that's so fucked, but I think he would.
What Owen asked the question. I'm just trying to
No,
figure out
I'm
the
saying, Owen, it's kind of fucked. Like,
Oh.
would this dog eat another dog? Do they naturally know?
I know that's what
guess-
I'm
Could
like.
you
Would
smell
we
the dog?
like? Would we know if someone ground up a human?
No,
And we
not in the
wouldn't know.
slightest. No.
Especially if I chop that up with some garlic or whatever. Like
Sauteed it in a pan.
Yeah.
Made a
Got all
nice like
Hannibal with
cream
it.
butter sauce.
Yeah. You wouldn't know. You'd be like, oh, this pork's great. You know, like this is fantastic.
I made lemon and caper pork.
Thai.
We're having Thai
If it's
food.
if it's
Yeah,
a kid
oh.
human, is it off limit then?
That's like veal.
It's veal. It's there's
Yeah.
It's
so
like-
tender.
yeah, that's better. It's way better.
So kids are better then, right?
Absolutely. I'm not eating
Infants
no
and
old-
babies are the pinnacle of
Mhm.
Okay.
fine eatery.
Hillary Clinton told us.
Yeah, you
Then
drain it.
looking for a good baby.
See, now the problem with those Hollywood types is they scare them first to get all that adrenochrome out of them.
Yeah.
But once you scare them, you foul the meat. So
That's
you-
like eating roadkill when they get hit by
Right.
the
So
adrenaline in the
what
car.
makes me more concerned is
Yeah.
now Hollywood's got a two distinct baby issue where you got babies that you're draining for adrenochrome and babies that you're serving up for food.
I would say
You're double taxing a source that you're probably already very limited in supply.
I'm more pro meat baby than I am adrenaline baby. You know what I mean? Like I
If
think,
we could just get the
I think we need to be conserving the baby meat for the meat,
for
not
the meat,
not
not
the-
adrenochrome.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Fair.
there's a market for both, but we got to get over this stigma that we're treating babies poorly.
Mm,
I'm not saying let's eat the living babies, but so many babies die every day.
yeah, I mean, at least eat those.
I mean, people always talk about like how old they are when they can think, right? But
Uh-huh.
like, can't we say it's more like 2?
Yeah, it's not baby. Like no one thinks it's baby.
Nobody.
2
Okay.
and under?
Here, what I'm saying is, bro,
Seems
they're-
like free range
1-year-olds aren't
babies.
writing theses.
No.
1-year-olds aren't giving moving speeches. They're not portraying moving movie roles. So let's eat them. If they're under 2 and they have a problem, let's eat them.
They're a good size too. Smoke. You can
Yeah.
put it like right on
Yeah,
the smoker.
they fit on the grill.
Yeah,
right,
fit
yeah.
on there.
I've seen
Yeah.
some smokers where you could fit at least 4 babies.
I've seen, like one of those all like outside the gas stations with the old black barbecue guy. Like,
That's an
he's out
8
there.
baby
Yeah.
smoker minimum.
Oh yeah, we can get a lot of babies in that. We can. I mean, I like a nice roast baby. My oven can do a full size
One-
baby.
One full
One,
size.
yeah,
Oh,
one, yeah.
You
Who
could-
knows pro baby? Yeah, pro baby food. Maybe we could get a baby food fucking sponsor too. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Maybe we'd have to be the people who started the first baby food company.
yeah.
I think we'd have to make our own sponsors.
I mean, we'll get there. Don't worry about it. We've done stranger things in the past. We'll switch a little bit here because I brought up a conversation in the Facebook group about the best the bands, and I was surprised at some of the responses. I think of the bands, especially there was like a boom of them. Remember, like in
Early
the
2000s.
early 2000s. Yeah, I mean, the Strokes, I think, were kind of like one of the first.
Mhm. The Hives.
The White Stripes, the Hives, the Vines.
Mhm.
I mean, I like all those bands, like for different reasons.
The
or what have you.
Deftones is one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
See, I've never.
Eh.
I know it is the Deftones. I don't ever say like I'm not a Deftones fan, to be honest with you. Just never have been.
I am, but I still don't really call them the Deftones. by
No,
any means.
I was thinking the same thing. Like it's just Deftones to me, right?
Yeah.
Which is like you never, for instance, like you would never say just Hives or
Yeah.
the Stroke, like or just Strokes, like right? You don't say that, right? You say even I think White Stripes is kind of an exception because I think you
They
can
kind of
leave
go back
off
and forth.
I think you can do that, but
Yeah.
for me, like the Deftones sounds weirder than just Deftones. Like they
But
don't.
for real, I mean, like the Who, the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, I mean it's been
like,
it's been around forever. Like it's I mean the fucking Beatles, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
dog. Yeah.
it has always been a thing. But what are your the bands? I didn't see either of your responses in there.
I put the Flaming Lips in there.
Oh yeah, you did. That's a good one. That's a good
I
one.
mean, I've gone to tons of their shows.
I've seen
they
them
fucking
once.
kill it.
I've seen them once, and I know they're doing I think it's the 20-year tour right now for Yoshimi.
The Yoshimi thing.
The Pink Robots
Yeah.
one. Yeah, so I might have to go see that. That would be a fun show.
It's never not fun.
It's never
like,
not
anytime
fun.
you go, it's gonna be great.
The one time I saw him at House of Blues, they did the whole thing where Wayne, their lead singer, they handed out all the laser pointers like, to the entire audience, and then there was a count. There was one of the points during the show there was a countdown that was. And they explained all this before the show, but there'd be a countdown. And then at that point, basically, like, all of you shine your laser pointers at the lead singer. And at that moment, he basically, like, out of nowhere, like, pulls out, like, a mirror and, like, puts it up. It was actually really cool because, like, obviously, the lasers go everywhere and it's, like, touching back at you and, like, all that. Like, it was really cool.
It
like,
blows up. It's huge. It's great.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, it's a fun little gag, but no, like
and I mean, Mark Hale said it too. There's like countless the bands. I could say the bands all day, but when it comes to like overall me, I don't know. The Flaming Lips made sense for me.
That's a good one. What about you, Mike?
I like the Beach Boys a lot. I listened to a lot of Beach Boys in my days.
What is it that draw to you for the Beach Boys? Was that something your parents played growing up?
Yeah, my dad was really into the Beach Boys.
Okay.
It was odd. My dad was super into like a lot of weird music, like the Carpenters and.
Carpenters not weird.
Why is that weird?
From my dad.
Like honestly though, like that's the most like accessible pop rock of
understandable, but my dad was like a tough real man.
Oh. So you wouldn't have expected him. I don't know though. I think it was more in those days, I think it was more acceptable to listen to stuff that was a little like
he wasn't a big like rock guy. It was odd. He didn't really listen to a lot of rock. We weren't listening.
The real man, tough man, but he wasn't like listening to Born to Be Wild.
He wasn't listening to like or even stuff like the like slightly weird. He wasn't listening to like Cheap Trick or like.
What about like Pink Floyd, Zeppelin type of thing?
I think if I put it on, he'd be like, "Oh, that's Pink Floyd," but it wasn't like his jam.
Yeah,
he was into like a lot of like pop music.
Are you? I think I know the answer with you, Ty. I don't know about you, but are you more Led Zeppelin or more Pink Floyd?
Pink Floyd.
Yeah, see, I'm Led Zeppelin. I know, Ty, you would be Floyd, right?
It's actually real hard for me. Like I like a lot of both.
And you're allowed to like both. But
yeah,
it's been
if I'm picking, I'll
but
pick
like my
Floyd.
actual favorite is hard, but I have to lean a little towards Pink Floyd. I have to.
So I just wanted to bring up a couple of the other, the Black Crows, like some of the people, like, stuff that people posted in there. The Church. I don't know the Church. What's the Church?
Meh.
Is it not good? I bet it's not good.
I don't think that's the same thing I thought it was because I remember looking it up. I think Wendy posted that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I checked it, but I was like, "This isn't what I thought it was."
Is it bad? Is it what style of music? I don't know the Church.
I don't like it.
No, all right, fair enough. I like Brian's with The Darkness.
The Darkness was
good.
I
mean,
underrated act.
Yeah.
I mean, I only really know the one song they did.
Yeah,
I believe in a thing called love. Yeah,
they honestly, and the album Permission to Land is good, but the follow up which is one-way
was
ticket.
also pretty good.
One-way
It's
ticket
pretty
to
great.
hell and back, or just one-way ticket, whatever that one's called. There's a fucking train on the cover, and it starts with them basically doing coke. Yeah, you hear it on the album. But no, it's like that album, start to finish, really, really good. I'm kind of surprised.
I got to go to that. They did the like free MTV show here. You remember that?
Yeah,
No?
yeah, no, I do. When they played at Hard Rock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that was one that I wish I would have gone to. I know.
That was one of those things, just
Yeah.
like me being like, one of my friends like, hey, want a
Wanna
free
go?
ticket? I'm like, let's do it. Yeah.
I would. I mean, yeah, I would actually love to see that band. I think they would be a good one. The Monkees popped up.
Fucking can't
Can't
go wrong with the Monkees. I
fuck
love
the Monkees. Nah, fuck the Monkees. I'll take the Beach
Why?
Boys any day over the Monkees.
The Beach Boys are awesome too.
No, but the
different
Monkees.
flavors.
Monkees are lame. And then I get it, like there's a lot of hate towards the Beatles, but people are like, I'd rather listen to the Monkees than the Beatles. You're a fucking idiot.
You're a liar.
You're a fucking idiot. Like that's not true. Like you can't. I understand music and art is all subjective, but to say that the Monkees are a better band than the Beatles is fucking dumb.
Well,
it is.
It also, because of how the Beatles went through so many like stages as a band, they reinvented themselves several times.
Countless times. Yeah.
The Monkees were one group the whole time.
A bubble gum
pop machine.
Group. Yeah, that's what they were, right?
So yeah, maybe if you want to compare the Monkees to the earliest version of the Beatles when they first came over and were doing all their like gumshoe pop stuff, sure. But at a certain
I like
point,
that gumshoe. I don't think it was gumshoe.
yeah, I meant to say bubblegum, but I went detective.
Yeah, you went detective. I remember that Beatles detective phase. Remember when they
they were solving crimes.
Yeah.
It was right before they became popular as musicians, but they did have a Hardy Boys stage that was really fun.
Yeah, it's actually really what drew Paul and John apart. It was because I'm pretty sure that John had it figured out and Paul was
nowhere close.
Nowhere close. Yep. But no, I mean,
they couldn't solve that one murder though.
But fuck the Monkees. Like I don't know. Fuck the Monkees. I'm not.
I won't entertain anyone that's out here clamoring that the Monkees are better than the Beatles.
Yeah, and then our idiot friend Mark just goes and types Peter and the Test Tube Babies. That is not a the band. Peter and the Test Tube Babies is not a the band, is it? You dipshit. Like that's the.
Does Portugal the man count?
No, it does not.
Okay.
No, it does not. It is not. It has to start with a the. You can't put like because it'd be like Joe Louis and the Honey Bears. Like you can't that's not a the band. It's
and you'll know us by the Trail of Dead we leave behind. That's not of the band.
No. Remember the AFI? Remember them? Like
so good.
Yeah.
Real hard stuff.
I know you probably do actually like KFI, don't you?
No, Davey Havoc looks like
bit.
a dumbass.
There was moments.
The Nirvana were always a big one. I mean, always liked the Meatloaf as well, and the 9 Inch Nails.
The Foo Fighters.
Yeah. Is it the Foo Fighters or are they?
Just Foo. I think it's the Foo Fighters, but I don't.
Is it? Okay, so that's an interesting one because we say the Foo Fighters. We don't say Foo Fighters. Like if you bring them up in conversation, oh, I'm gonna go. You wouldn't say I'm gonna go. I got a ticket to go see Foo Fighters this weekend. No, you'd say I got a ticket to go see the Foo Fighters this weekend.
Yeah,
right?
you would.
You would. So that's an interesting one. I don't know if they're a the or not.
We have employees at my job 2 days a week. So that my boss and I can have a day off apiece.
Real quick, they are just Foo Fighters. But
Wow.
we always say the Foo Fighters.
That's a weird instance of the reverse of what we were talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a kid said he didn't like the Foo Fighters, and I was like,
What's not to like unless you just don't like rock music?
Yeah, and that was the only thing. But he said he listened to like alternative rock music, so I'm like, I don't think it's. You sound like you're just being contrarian because while you could just say like, Yeah, I mean, the Foo Fighters.
They're okay.
There's nothing.
They're my thing. They're not my thing.
Yeah, maybe there's nothing explicitly special about the Foo Fighters.
And I'm track by track with the Foo Fighters. There's stuff that I'm really kind of like meh about, but then there are a few that I'm just like, I love this.
So good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So
I don't care at all, really. I've never been a big fan. Like,
and that's
ever.
but you don't like actively hate them. It's like
You're not like, oh, they're bad.
That's true.
You recognize that they are, and I think that's where my position on Nickelback has evolved to. It's like, whatever, it's not my cup of tea, but obviously they did something that sold.
Right. A certain amount of the country like really did like them enough to make them
I'm pretty
bajillionaires.
I'm pretty sure I saw the statistic. They are in the top 10 most top 10 biggest like live acts of all time. With how much
it would make sense, yeah.
With how much they played in like
they're
the 2000s.
They're like machines too, right? Like they
yeah, and I think they had a residency for a moment.
I think obviously it's probably like a little less now, but there was a period there, I want to say for about 10 years, where it was like Nickelback was always on tour, arenas, and we're selling them out or damn near close and making money.
I'm certain, like, yeah, maybe like down talking Nickelback here in hippie Orlando is perfectly fine, but I'm sure there are places in the Midwest where if you
take a drive half an hour outside of Orlando and there's a lot of Nickelback fans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you go into Polk County, you go into
like when I would go out to the bar and you know me, I want to be the jukebox hero and play a bunch of weird shit people never heard. But
right.
You got skipped
then
for Nickelback a couple
mad,
times.
and somebody fucking paid to put on Nickelback, and it was like, what the fuck?
So
it's so mad.
I think the Foo Fighters, well, obviously, like having more renown and more love than Nickelback publicly.
Yeah.
When I hear people say like, I don't like the Foo, like,
yeah,
I think
it's a weird one.
I don't think the Foo Fighters are good.
Well, I think that is this generation's. I don't like the Beatles.
Yeah, I don't like the Foo Fighters.
I think the Foo Fighters, like, I do. I think, like, that's a very common, like, a little bit older than us. I don't like the Beatles. You know, like, the Beatles suck or whatever. I think
I was a rock guy. The Beatles are trash.
Yeah, I think people do the same thing with the Foo Fighters. And it's kind of like, it's kind of a stupid opinion. Like, it just is. Like, I get it. It's opinion, but doesn't mean that you have taste. Like it's just that's like if you can't hear like the influence that they've had on rock and roll and just as like their sound and like their musicianship, if you can't tell that that's a good rock and roll band, I don't know what to tell you, right? Like that's kind of like I get it. Like their songs may not be the greatest for you, but they are a tight, great sounding rock and roll band. That should be an undeniable. That is just an undeniable fact. What about so is it Smashing Pumpkins or the Smashing Pumpkins?
I think it's the Smashing Pumpkins.
All right, let's have a look.
Pretty sure it is though.
Because I'm remembering when I
think it is
looked back and heard them announced on SNL. It was the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yep, they're the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah,
there's a ton of other ones like that though. You know, like that are just like we might say or we might not say but like
in
the
actuality
is in the actual name.
Yeah.
You know, like the Traveling Wilburys, for instance. I don't think I'd ever say Traveling Wilburys.
I think it's easier if you are the band for people to just say, "Oh, we're gonna go." It's a Traveling Wilbury. Like, you know, if someone asked you what you were listening to, you could easily just be like, "Oh, Traveling Wilburys." But bands that aren't the bands, I think it's a smaller instance where you'd be like, oh, the whatever.
And you know there is a band called The, right?
The.
Yeah. They're not very good. I want to say
they're okay.
They're some of their stuff's jam bandy, isn't it? Like it's like precursor to like rock jam bandy. It's kind of proggy at times, right? Or no, am I mixing them up?
That much. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. It's been a minute since I listened to it, but
I don't care enough about the to pull any the up to bother finding out. Just saying.
It just sounds like a gimmick, and you weren't good enough to carry. You know what sucks? There are probably hundreds, if not thousands, of bands that took really awesome gimmick names and then just sucked. And so we
Yeah.
don't know the joke and we don't
Yeah.
get to listen to some funny band do their thing because they took a name and fucked it.
There's also weird ones like people like mix up, like, for instance, like Blondie. Blondie is the name of the band. Debbie Harry is the singer. She is never identified as I'm Blondie.
I'm Blondie.
But people will, right? Like,
Oh, Blondie.
it's blonde. Yeah, no, they associate it with that. And then there's the thing
That makes me mad. That
Yeah.
seems like stupid people.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, Hootie and the Blowfish.
Right.
He
right.
never called himself Hootie,
Hootie, right?
but he was, I'm sure, constantly screaming,
Hootie!
Hootie!
It's also just a
Hootie!
terrible name for a band.
Yeah.
So like he should, like, that's his punishment for having such a terrible.
It's so bad you went to another style of music and went by your real name.
I want him to actually come out later on down the road, and you know how I know he has like Darius Rucker and he's got his like country music career.
I want him
or
to be
whatever.
Hootie Rucker.
No. I want him. No, take it a step further. I'm like, because out of spite, he's so mad at it. He calls like his band Darius Rucker and the Hooties or something. Like
Oh, God.
I hope he calls himself Darius Rucker and the Blowfish, and it's like
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
It's like really slowed down, like Iron and Wine style covers of his old Hootie songs.
Oh,
That would be awesome. I want that. I might actually like it.
Be with you. I'd listen to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
The dolphins make me cry.
Oh, that song is terrible. That song is really. You know what I need? A Blues Traveler reunion and a resurrection of a bit of. I need Fat John Popper.
Fat John.
Yeah, he needs
I-
to get fat again.
Yeah, get
I
fat.
thought he
want
was
him-
dead.
Did he die?
Maybe.
Did the
I don't
pops?
know.
Did the pops die?
John. Well, I mean, if not, let's put him on the death pool because he's got to be close.
Yeah, you're right. All that like.
Wait, I
weight-
think he got thin, and I think he might have got fat again and then died.
No. He's 56. He's alive.
Fat?
I don't know. I think he's in between. He
He thinned out and then
Yeah.
replumped.
He can only get half of his harmonicas on his jacket now.
It's not enough.
He needs.
That's definitely not. You definitely need at least 12 to 14 harmonicas to do whatever John Popper's doing.
Yeah, you do. Speaking of Deathpool, I'm glad you brought it up, by the way. We have not set a date. We need to before we all like leave or like very, very soon. That's like, I want it to be a day like this, right? Where you can come by or we can 100% make sure that all three of us, even if it's just you
Yep.
at home, like all three of us can do a show. So I don't know if that's going to be next week or like next Monday, whatever, right? But I would love to set that date so that all of us are just 100% able to make it. Once that date is set, then we'll do the draft and we'll be on our way. But it also reminded me of one of my topics I wanted to talk to you about tonight as well is celebrity smokers. Like, it's like I don't know why, right? Like I've always been sort of fascinated when I find out like
Wait, cigarette smokers?
yeah,
or
cigarette
potheads?
smokers. I always get fascinated when like you find out like Ben Affleck smoking a cigarette out,
Still.
the meme, like I'm sure he still is. He does that every night. J-Lo bitching his ear off, can't have a drink, like
He's got a cup of Dunkin' and a cigarette. and
Uh-huh.
He's standing outside on his stoop.
Yep. And his Beverly Hills mansion. It looks exactly like that every night. That meme that we have seen. But there are so many. It's like, did you ever have that like visceral reaction when like for instance, like when Britney was going through her whole thing, right? And like there were like paparazzi pictures and she'd be there like having a smoke or she'd be like holding a pack of like Newports or whatever she was doing. And like,
I feel like that's never surprising to me for some
it's
reason.
never, no. See, it always used to catch me.
It made me happier when like we found out that Obama was like
Yes. That's
puffing a
That's
Newport.
true.
this is what I'm saying is like it actually for me, and it is probably because I'm a smoker, but like for me, I do feel like it makes me like, oh, they're more like real people like me. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like there's something kind of like I like them more when I find out they're a celebrity smoker.
No, I agree. It makes them feel more regular.
Mm-hmm.
I
get it with wrestlers a lot too, because like, and that's when it's the weirdest. Like I find like vocalists and athletes are like, it's always like the most surprising. Like, oh, this guy has like a smoke. Like, and there's a handful of wrestlers that smoke, and most famously, which is just like, picture this in your head. You remember the Big Show or the Giant, Paul White from back in the day? Heavy smoker. Like, and I just kind of
seems like it.
And
though.
I just kind of like that there's this giant man and with his huge fucking fingers and the cigarette's like so tiny and he's just like the Big Show.
It'd be even weirder if you found out that he smoked.
We
like,
smoked on the same dock one time. It was cool.
Yeah, I remember you. I know you've met him a couple times, haven't you?
I did a bunch of those commercials, and you smoked where we had to smoke. So yeah, man.
It's just must be weird smoking around a giant or with a giant.
It'd be weird though.
I'm always a little weird. I mean, I'm 6'9". There's like multiple people around me that are close or taller than me. It's like, the fuck are you doing? I'm the tall guy here.
And then the Big Show comes up and like Ty's the only person that's ever met the Big Show and be like, he's not that tall.
He's pretty tall, but like the intimidating part is how wide they are. Like when you're next to him, like, I mean, I'm skinny, but like fucking Triple H, that dude's back was like,
it's a billboard, dude. Like 100%.
Didn't even make sense.
But I also like, okay, so do you think someone like Aretha Franklin used to smoke back in the day? Obviously, like famous.
James Brown
like,
smoked.
Yeah, that's right. James Brown did.
Yeah,
and he had. Well, his voice lends itself to that, right? Like, it's like a little gritty, right? And I guess Aretha does a tiny bit, but
yeah, I guess it's not so impressive if you're like, you know who smokes? Tom Waits.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy smokes like a chimney, and you'd be like, well, no fucking shit.
Bruce Springsteen, even like Rod Stewart back in the day.
Yeah, it's
like some of
they
these
smoke cigarettes. You're like,
did you know Lou Reed?
Cigarettes.
He had one cigarette, and it made his voice sound like that for the rest. Him and Bob Dylan, they had one cigarette. The rest
shared it. They split it.
Yeah, that was it. The rest of
Dylan actually only called shorts on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we real quick? I know it's tangents upon tangents, but you remember these I don't smoke anymore, so it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But you remember when you'd be hanging out with people and they'd be like, "Oh, I call shorts on that cigarette." I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Oh yeah, like if you're gonna put it like when you get down like the little end of it, like
let me get the last 2 hits, basically."
No, these people meant it like, "Oh, I call shorts like when you get down to this much of your cigarette, like pass it over." I'm like, well, I planned on smoking
the whole thing,
like every bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That
man.
was a thing. I think that's like a more northern thing, like where cigarettes were probably a lot more expensive. I think that happened a lot more. Also, like in colder climates, a lot of people aren't gonna like, oh, they're just getting their fix. They might not finish the whole cigarette.
Yeah.
So that's where I think it kind of derives from. It's something in that. But you know, that's always irritating. Like, and it's the same, you know, idea. We were talking about it before the show. Like, there's always that guy who quit smoking, but he's still quitting smoking, but he'll gladly
let me bum one.
And I'm like,
you don't want to be the bum guy.
I'm pretty sure you have bummed
a full pack
off of me today, like, or half a pack off of me. You've smoked every time I've smoked.
Yeah.
Wait a minute here, you know, like that's always been a pet peeve. But
what happens with those people? Like I've dealt with it in situations with like marijuana, where you've got people who like they always show up when you're smoking.
Yeah.
Especially like in work situations. No, just stop bringing it.
I'll
punish myself.
It's the Snoop Dogg in Half Baked, right?
Yeah.
Like he
I just quit smoking yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, smokes the whole thing. Like, thanks, guy. Thanks. Appreciate that. I I really wish the youth would pick back up smoking. You know,
It'll come back.
Yeah, I think it will too. I was wondering about that.
We just got to
Like,
get
if
that
it'll-
next step of cigarette.
Well, I'm gonna be.
Yo.
I'm gonna be the ambassador of
The next gen.
for the youth. Yes, I'm gonna flip it on its head. It's like, you know what makes you both look cool and hard? Smoking. Yeah, and
This is what you need.
it's what you need. If you're not like, no chicks will bang you in high school.
Cigarettes will.
Cigarettes will help you. You know, you'll find.
Oh, and what you
Have you
gotta
guys
do.
started to feel like old, just in the sense of like cigarettes back in my day were
yeah,
were only this
$3.
much money.
I mean, I remember when they were $3. You know,
dude.
I remember a pack of Pall Malls. Back in
Florida's
my
still
20s.
cheap, isn't it?
comparatively, but it's not exactly like it was.
It's
is
not
it, you know?
Kentucky where
It's like-
packs are still under $5.
Yeah, it's like $6.57. You know.
No, dude, I
Yeah,
saw.
that's a lot better.
I stopped
Like
at
up
the.
here, it's like $20 for 2 packs. It's shit.
I stopped
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
liquor store and a girl got a pack of Newport shorts. $10.
Yeah. It depends on the.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm
like
sure it
up
was a
here,
little
that's
higher
normal.
because it was a liquor store, but
Oh yeah, well it would be. But yeah,
dude,
no,
if you're
they're-
paying $9 for a pack of fucking menthols, like, what are you doing?
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But at the same time, that's how we get the economy back kicking, right? We just get people
cigarettes.
addicted to cigarettes again, and everything will start going. Like, we'll need more
Right,
people. We
right.
need more people
Well,
working at the
here's
gas
the deal,
stations.
bro.
Need more people like harvesting the tobacco creates jobs.
You know,
It's a trickle down nicotine, economy. Get people addicted to stuff.
well, here's the
and
problem.
then
Owen.
Trickle down nicotine.
And
They're,
then
they
you
are.
will-
They're, we don't have to get them addicted. They're already addicted. The problem is we're letting foreign markets control it because we switched everybody to vapes.
You know what though? I'm gonna start getting everybody into Chinese cigarettes. That's how we fix it. We get Chinese cigarettes, and we get everybody addicted to the Chinese cigarettes, and then that'll help the economy.
Oh, so if like
hmm
I start going to iFresh and buying Chinese cigarettes
Yep.
from iFresh, and then everyone's like, "What are you smoking, Mike?" I'm like, "Oh, you're not smoking Zhang Bao's?"
Oh, dude, those are
It's so good.
yeah, so good. They're the best.
I'm like,
They're also like
"So good."
they're like short shorts. They're like tiny. They
Double
just, like, go
short?
real
Yeah.
fast.
These are the only ones with added asbestos. So
The added asbestos makes them the bestest.
That's it. I do want to see, like, you know what we need? It goes back to like my celebrity smoking thing. We need a hip young celebrity.
We need like a Chalamet.
I mean, let's just get Taylor Swift smoking. Like, if we can get Taylor Swift smoking,
Zhang Bao's too.
Zhang Bao's, sky's the limit, guys. Like, this is how we fix the economy. It's how we fix the
I'm in.
world.
Okay, Owen, we need to do it with a less distasteful cigarette because I think the Chinese market, we got to get them smoking French cigarettes. Some Jean Pierre's.
Oh, a little upper class. Like, they come in one of those like Dunhill cases. They're wider.
Mhm.
They got the little flippy thing. I know which ones you're talking about.
I like Dunhills.
Dunhill's a good. Oh, James Bond used to smoke Dunhills.
Did you
Yeah,
ever?
Yeah.
Did you ever go and buy like? I remember when I was at Winn-Dixie once. I'd never actually seen anybody buy them, and I'd worked at a 7-Eleven where we had them. A box of Benson and Hedges.
Oh, Benson. I love a good
Yeah,
Benson
dog.
and Hedge. Oh, those are a popular cigarette in the UK, man. Like, Benson's like.
I bought
When
a pack
I,
and was actually very. I was like, these
Those
shits are smooth.
Oh, they're delicious. If you know.
Wait. Did you get the menthol or the regular?
I got regular. I don't smoke
Yeah.
menthols.
Yeah.
They're more famous for their menthol, to be honest.
I think in the UK they're not. They're menthols. Not a lot of people smoke menthols in the UK. They're maybe
That
over
was
here
also
they are.
when I did the what's his fucking name? Yeah, fucking the
Thoughts
reality
time.
show.
Thoughts time.
New-
Rob Schneider.
No, not him. Dude, it's gonna kill me.
What reality
Jack,
show?
Jack and Jill, fucking
Jack and
nursery
Jill.
rhyme, swearing it up comedian from the 80s. What's his fucking name?
Oh,
Rodney
Sam Kennison?
Dangerfield.
Sam Kennison.
Oh no.
No.
The dude with the Andrew Dice Clay.
Yes, for fuck's sake.
Yes,
For
I got there.
fuck's
I
sake,
got
Andrew
there.
Dice Clay.
I got there.
My memory is absolute shit.
Yeah, it is. It is. Ty, I've been meaning to tell you this for years, but it is.
Oh, it's real bad. You remember that time I worked with that famous guy? Wait, which one?
And I got there. I got there.
Also Benson and Hedges, man. He
Really?
had stopped smoking
Really?
then, but he had to always have a pack in his hand,
Yeah.
like at all times.
Well, that's part of the gimmick too, and it was part of the.
He could not have it.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, but I mean all the time though, not just on camera. Forever.
I brought up a list of the most popular cigarette brand by country.
Okay.
And maybe we can go through a couple of these and just
Well, the other one I'll say that that from my experience has been quite popular in the UK. First off, you'll get Marlboros everywhere. Like Marlboros are still very popular in the UK. But Lambert and Butler is a very popular.
It's the most popular cigarette in the UK.
Lambert and Butler.
Lambert and Butler.
And they have an ugly. Honestly, they really do. It's a very ugly looking box. Like it's kind of like green, gray, blue. Like there's. Like, I always like Camels because I feel like they've got an added element of cowboy classiness. You know what I mean? Like, it's always been my thing. But Marlboros are like they're kind of always been basic bitch to me. I don't know that they're not classy enough for my taste.
I don't like them. I never was a fan. It was the first cigarette I ever smoked, but I didn't stick with them at all.
Well, Marlboros?
Yeah, I smoked a red, the very first cigarette I ever smoked.
Yeah.
What?
I would occasionally get a pack of Reds, but
you were like
Camel.
Ellen. You were Camel, and then
my preferred brand was Camel, specifically wide filters.
Okay.
They eventually stopped making them.
You
and only
can
made
you can still find
wide
them.
lights. You can find a lot easier.
But not
filters are harder to find.
Yeah.
I heard, pray tell, once that there was a wide filterless.
there was.
Yeah.
I remember
And
that.
I looked everywhere. I never found a pack.
Yeah, those are hipster cigarettes for sure.
Yeah, that's why I know about them.
My buddy, I got into it for a little while because a friend of mine got me on them. We smoked Lucky Strikes for a while.
Filterless
also
Lucky
had to do it.
Strikes.
It's another hipster thing.
Also,
yeah.
but it was because my buddy worked on a military base and would buy them by the carton for about like half the price they were in the store.
It's like duty free type thing.
Yeah,
right?
so I would
Duty-free cigarettes are the jam.
so yeah, for a couple months I would just
They are.
I'd
you
give
got,
it.
you got so excited.
Yeah.
Dude, every time you cross a border, you go to the goddamn duty-free shop, you're getting like 4 cartons of cigarettes, a couple big old bottles of alcohol, and it's all like a quarter of the price. It's stupid.
That's fair.
It was. I mean, on a cruise, it's what happened. I didn't have it. I only brought a couple packs of cigarettes. I thought I could be responsible, but when you're literally just chain smoking one cigarette off the next,
meeting people, drinking,
it did not last. And we looked at cigarettes on the boat, and they were more expensive than you could only buy. No singles.
Oh, it's probably like you
had to buy a carton.
You had to buy $150 carton or some
an $80. You had to buy an $80 carton of cigarettes, and all I wanted was one.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up buying a Black and Mild, which was fucking awful choice either way. But yeah, we just went off the boat the next day, and it was like a $30 carton.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't have Camels though. I still had to smoke Marlboro Lights.
Who would be a good celebrity then if we're getting them to smoke the? I mean, apart from Taylor Swift,
You said Chalamet. I mean, it's not a bad idea.
If Timothée Chalamet would start,
which
smoking,
one's he?
He was in Dune, opposite Zendaya.
Okay,
him and Zendaya. Both.
I don't know that person. And you know what I need?
Zendaya?
I don't know.
Oh, dude, if I can get her smoking designer Burleros.
Oof.
I need young Sheldon to start smoking. That's what I need.
He's kind of a grown up now.
I just get young, not so young Sheldon. We'll get him doing it. Maybe some of the Stranger Things kids.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
Oh,
Millie Bobby.
Yeah, let's get.
Let's get Millie Bobby Brown puffing down. Just what?
And the kid with no teeth.
That doesn't get. Let's get him smoking a Winston though, like a real man cigarette.
And then the little black kid, he can be the Newport.
He'll smoke some ports.
He'll smoke some Newports. And
No, let's make him smoke Cools.
Cools. Yeah, let's really get the black community hooked. That's what we need.
I smoke Cools.
Let's get this to blaxploitation levels.
Yeah. Blaxploitation movies were great, by the way.
Awesome.
No one ever talks about how good. Like, I know they had negative like cultural impacts, but no one ever talks about how awesome blaxploitation films are.
There
And,
were some
like,
really good ones.
Yeah. Hell Up in Harlem 2 is still my favorite.
You know what I think is odd? The connection that like the black community has to like kung fu movies.
Yeah.
Has transitioned very, kind of seamlessly to the younger black,
with the anime?
With anime.
You're 100% right.
It's so odd that
100% right.
that the black community gravitates
towards
so
it's that
hard.
odd.
I mean, it's just I don't know where it
maybe
came
it stems from. Well, maybe I don't know where it originates from, but I think like with the younger generation getting into anime, it sort of makes sense. Like my being exposed to like some of the kung fu movies earlier in life because of their parents, they were a fan of that. They probably then like anything. Like my dad was into like certain rock and roll bands, and I got into Led Zeppelin later. Like things like fall into place. So like with anime, it kind of does make sense because of that natural transition. But where did it? That's the more interesting part, right? Like
where the affixation of the black culture into like kung fu movies? Where does it come
both
from?
Marginalized communities both had, I think, a very unique.
Was it a bootlegging community?
It might be part of that. I think there is some like inner city crossovers, but what I was trying to think of like is it's kind of like because like there were those blaxploitation films and like smaller like theaters and art houses and there were also like a lot of Korean and Chinese and Japanese films at the time that were sort of like there was almost like the same parallels in their, I guess, like marginalization in America,
almost like Asian exploitation.
Yeah,
in the same,
because those existed too.
Yeah,
so I think there might have been like a weird.
We're showing them in the same space.
Probably in the same smaller movie theaters,
Okay.
right? And like and when videotapes and like rental houses, became a thing. In the inner city, they might have had more access to those lower budget films.
Right.
And like that was the crossover. That's the only thing I can really like justify. I don't know, like think about it.
So something that kind of odds me out, and because we're talking about it, in Seinfeld occasionally you see them go to these movie theaters. The movie theaters are small.
Yeah.
Varies, and it odds me out because
it would be about a third or a quarter of the theaters that we would go to today, for sure.
And that's odd because I've never been like the smallest theaters that you've probably ever been in still held like 100 people.
Even that's real small. 100 people in a theater, that's tiny, really.
Yeah.
Like it's not a big theater.
And those theaters look like 20 people.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's small for TV because it's a set or if those are legitimate, if that's legitimately how small some of those theaters in New York were.
I think in bigger cities, I think that there were probably a lot of smaller theaters like that. I remember going a couple times like growing up, like here in Florida, there was an old historic theater. It was a 2-screen theater in downtown Kissimmee. About 45 minutes away from here. There's like, it's, real small little, like,
I know what you're talking about.
Movie house, they used to call them, right? And that one, I don't think that has 100 seats in it. Like, that's probably 50, 60 seats. Like, it is. Like, it's a 2-screen theater. Each screen probably, 50, 60 seats on each one. And that would probably be the only one that I could think of. There's one in Winter Garden that I think is similar in size, but that they've turned that, and a lot of those places they did do this where they they took those old school movie houses and they turned them into theaters again, which they were originally
Right.
theaters.
Yeah.
So like they were originally theaters, small theaters. Then they turned them into movie houses, and then a lot of them
Reverted
now
them.
are reverting back to becoming, theaters again, which is actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
in a sense. But do you want to take a few minutes, take a little breaky poo?
Smoke.
Yeah, take a little break. I got some clips coming up here for you soon. I also, oh man, I did really want to bring up with you guys. I wanted to talk. I don't know if you guys know this. You probably do. I've talked about it on the show before, but I've always been a fan of Tom Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think
Yep.
you guys are fans of him as well. At least know who
I
he
enjoy
is.
a Tom Green.
Yeah. And especially as he's like chilled out in his like older age too, and he's less like, "Daddy, would you like some sausage?" And more, like even some of the old stuff's great, but
He was our generation's absurdist.
Yeah.
The new generation has Eric Andre. We had
and
Tom Green.
and on top of that, like he was really podcasting might not
Podcasting.
exist in the same way, or at least video podcasting and all those things without Tom Green. He
Small era internet TV shows.
Yes, he was the very, very, very first person to really be doing it on a really like decent scale. So I've always had an affinity for him. He's moved back up to Canada, escaped Hollywood. He's bought a farm, all this sort of stuff. But what he hasn't talked about, and this was all on the latest Joe Rogan. So I will be like regurgitating some of that information. But
Wait, Green was on Rogan?
yeah, just the other day.
Oh, sick.
Just the other day. I would implore everybody to listen to it. Even if you don't like Rogan, if you like Tom Green, because he gives you a real big update of his life, but he also discusses for the first time a pretty horrific injury that he's had and why he's kind of like disappeared for like the last year or so. And he goes and explains all that, and I'll bring up the injury just because I'm like,
Right.
want to see what you guys like. What do you do in this situation, right? And we'll talk about that when we come back from a bit of a break. Yeah, we got some clips. Gonna talk about the Tom Green thing. I also want to talk about soap shoes. Remember those things? I want to talk about those. For a little bit.
Soaps?
Yeah. We'll be doing a little bit of casting couch as well. I think later in the
All right.
in the episode. So yeah, if you're listening on the podcast feed, stay tuned later this week for the second half of Oh No 2.0. And if you're on the Twitch right now listening live, well then you just stay tuned for 10-15 minutes, and we'll be right back with more Oh No Radio Show, your second dose of Oh No Radio Show for the week. Boys, what do we like to say when we get out of here for the first segment?
Fuck your dreams.
Yo, dreams. Fuck 'em.
Fuck them.
Hurry up, Ty. Welcome to another edition of Oh No 2.0, episode 618. This is your second dose of Oh No for the week, or the second dose of Oh No for your Monday night if you're listening on the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/ONRS live. My name is Owen. I am still the captain of your shit ship. Along with me is Mikey B in studio.
Hey!
And Ty across the Great White North, all up in his Zooms. And I gotta say, me and Mikey were really enjoying the stuff we were seeing from the cameras, and on break, because we were enjoying the fact that Ty needs all the dabs to function. How many do we count? 4? Was that 4?
It looked like 4 dabs. You did.
Really?
Just to
that was one dab.
Show.
It was just one big dab, and I'm taking multiple inhales and exhales.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I thought you were dabbing 4 different times. Like, god damn, he's got to get so high to
I am
talk on
pretty
a
high.
show.
No. Your joke was actually better. Your joke was funnier, Mike. You said that. Oh man, he's got to take 4 dabs to not talk on a radio show.
Oh, harsh.
I believe the second joke was funnier. It was, how many dabs does he need to sit and listen to me and Owen talk?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, Ty.
That being said, Mike, you had something in your notes that I find super fascinating. And I know I bust on you sometimes about your teeth. You've had dental issues in the past.
I do.
And you do have dental issues. But you mentioned in kind of our like ongoing notes sheet that we keep, that you were maybe gonna be looking into some dentures.
Yeah. I'm losing these fucking shit teeth.
Okay. What are we gonna do here?
Like a lot of my, for those of you that don't know, I got a lot of tooth problems, just substandard care and years of
Candy.
I'm a big candy man. I was also, rampant alcoholic for like 15 years, and I was throwing up on like a 2 to 3 times a week.
Probably
basis.
didn't help the enamel.
Yeah. So I mean, I got a lot of tooth issues, and I've been, for the last couple of years, I've been like, I probably should look into fixing this.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much the only option.
First off, I'm proud of you for even thinking of that, because it, like, It's not something that anybody wants to address. I've got some dental issues myself, believe it or not, and I'm terrified of the dentist, and it's not something I like would love to like think about. But you got a big boy, right? Big boy pants, and take
Of all the
care
weird
it.
irrational fears, though, like dentist, I get it.
Yeah,
I totally.
Nah, I fucking don't like people all up in my mouth.
Well, and I mean, by now, like, a fair amount of my teeth are broken. It's not like we can go in there and like, well, root canal and save stuff. And there's enough damage done that
it's basically better to just part ways, right?
Yeah.
Like it's better to like.
So wait, do they just mow down the whole thing and put in implants?
Oh
What
yeah,
are you doing?
that's what maybe
they don't like mow it down. They yank all your teeth out.
That's kind of what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, well, I thought you meant like they just grind down all your teeth and slap. No,
no.
So
But
nowadays it's not even like, I've done some research. It's not even like the olden days where it's basically you glued fake teeth into your mouth
like
every
the
day.
veneer type thing. Like, you're talking about the denture thing. You're not like polydenting your teeth.
Yeah. Nowadays, the more popular option, because what they found was when they just yank all your teeth out and you just polydent teeth onto your gums, your jaw basically recedes,
rots away.
Yeah, it's just got nothing in it, so your jaw starts to shrink, and that's why you see those old men with like the smush mouth, because their jaw degrades. So what they do now is they take metal posts, drill them into your mouth, and let those heal, and then just use magnets.
Well, there's a couple of different ways, obviously, to do it, because I do have a friend that got implants, and he was saying how it was a extensive surgery. You know the guy.
Yeah.
I lived across the street. But he had a whole thing where, they put, it was like cow bone or something. Like I was joking a while back that it was like whale bone or something, like more like extravagant, but no, it's like they put like a cow bone type thing so that like it grows into like the bone grows into your bone and then grows and then like the teeth or whatever like actually kind of like
grow into that
bone like of all like, so he had like bone posts put in, and he had his whole mouth done. I mean, it was a process, like a few different things, and I'm sure it was definitely not cheap, but I've also heard of this similar process and things like that being done cheaper in other countries.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to ask you, Mike, is like, are you gonna go down to Mexico? You gonna go to
there is
Turkey? I've heard Turkey is a good one.
Turkey's more for like hair implants.
Okay.
If you need to have your like you're getting balding. They have like some of the best hair technology in the world, and so that's why people go there. It's definitely on the table. I mean, American dentistry is so expensive and so overpriced.
I've seen stuff where it's like, okay, this would have cost me $60,000 in the U.S. I went down to, and they have a place in Mexico. It's like Dentist's Row or something.
Yeah.
Like there's like high end dentists. It's like $8,000, which is still expensive, but
it's not 60.
But it's not $60,000. Like you figure even with the most expensive like plane flights and shit, right? Like, okay, so for $9,000, get it done as opposed to that, right? Like
basically,
I think I would think about doing that if I was in your situation.
It's definitely probably one of the bigger options is to go somewhere else and have it done. But also
make
because
a vacation out of it too, right? Like, why not? If you're gonna go down there, like go down, like at least have a few days beforehand while you're not like under anesthesia. You go have a couple days, like go see some, go to Mexico, go see a donkey show or whatever you got to do down in Mexico.
Yeah, get my teeth fixed, take in a donkey, fucking a woman. While we're at it, let's
sombrero, right? They like them.
Fun weekend.
Sombrero. Go, I don't know, chicken fights. That's a thing.
Yeah, I'll hit a cockfight. I'll see a bullfighter match. donkey show.
That's totally Spain. They don't have bullfighting in Mexico. That's the,
lucha. Sorry, I'll take in a luchador match.
Yeah. Go to Arena Mexico. Go see some AAA or CMLL. Like,
what else can we touristically do? I'll go eat a taco. Or maybe just one. I don't think they have the tacos I like.
No, I mean I want a burrito supreme. You can't get them in Mexico.
Yeah, they don't sell
chalupas.
They don't sell chalupas in
gorditas
in Mexico. Can I get a Mexi Melt in Mexico?
Fuck no.
Probably fucking not.
And this is why Mexico.
You barely get one here.
This is why Mexico is a problem. They named the Mexi Melt after Mexico, and you can't even get it there. Like that's.
They just called a melt there. Get a melt.
That's fair. That's
pretty good, Ty.
That is actually fair. You were talking about like different types of dentures.
I want to get some cool ones though.
Okay.
I want to get those Kanye West titanium dentures.
Oh, we're gonna go. You're gonna be like Jaws from the old James Bond movie. You're gonna have metal.
Well, if I'm picking any Bond villain, it's not Odd Job. I'm going with Jaws.
Okay, so you're gonna get metal teeth. What type of metal are you gonna go?
Titanium.
I'm gonna go. You got the money for titanium teeth? Because I was thinking
I'll probably have to go tinfoil.
I was thinking like you're probably more of a brass guy, you know?
Bro, some brass chompers though? Not bad.
You know, brass.
Nah, that would taste terrible.
Brass is an underrated metal. It has antibacterial properties. I mean, I think.
What if I got some copper teeth? Because isn't copper supposed to be good for your body?
Oh, for sure, dude. That's what the golfers always wore back in the early 2000s, late 90s. Remember they had the copper bracelet?
Yeah, bro, it helps with your the blood circulation in my fucking teeth.
Copper. Also, you'd be able to like do a party trick where you could like stick a live wire in your mouth and then
myself?
like and then like put a just
turn a light on.
Turn a light on, like put a light bulb up to your teeth and you know.
I mean,
you could be this like a string of Christmas lights, right? Like it's like
oh no, guys, obsidian teeth.
Ooh,
black glass.
They'll be sharp chompers. You'll be eating steak like nobody's business. Just yeah.
And if you're gonna get dentures, you get them pointed, right? You get like a whole bunch of sharp boys.
Well, the problem with you getting
for real?
No, hang on.
Why wouldn't you?
All right.
I don't know, man. What about biting your lip or your tongue?
Yeah, I would do that. I bite the inside of my mouth all the time by accident, or my tongue,
it still
or something.
pisses me off.
Yeah, I get mad every time. It's like stubbing a toe.
You'd do it even less if it was a fucking serious problem when you did it.
Yeah. The problem with you getting obsidian though isn't obsidian typically black?
Yeah.
So they just look like your current teeth.
Well, I mean, but they'd be shiny glass.
Okay.
And I'd get like diamonds in them too. I mean, if I'm getting like a new dentures.
Yeah.
I want some LEDs in them too.
Can I offer you a different solution that maybe you've heard of?
If you're going George Washington,
I was gonna say what, brushing his teeth? Like, is that?
Yo, purple toothpaste, man. Got to get that
purple toothpaste. What is this?
Again, Ty, you have to have teeth to brush. A lot of mine are just broken.
Wait a minute. Purple toothpaste? What are you talking about?
You talking about elephant toothpaste? Because that's hot.
It's a thing. It's a thing. Purple. So it is the best shit for your stained teeth you can get because it negates the stain color. It's awesome.
Okay. I am seeing.
If you look it up, you'll find. Yeah.
Teeth brightening. There's some teeth brightening ones. All right.
Like if you end up watching the thing, that's the whole and I get it as somebody who understands like cinema and colors.
The purple kind of like.
Dude,
what does it do?
I got this shit off Amazon. I literally bought a fucking tube of purple toothpaste off Amazon that is meant to do this shit.
And all of a sudden you were making out and touching boobs underneath the bra.
I don't know if those
Maybe
two
it
things
does
are
work.
connected,
Maybe it
but
does.
it did make my teeth look better. I'll tell you that much.
All right.
As like a professional smoker.
All
Yeah.
right. Let me check. I will go. You know what? We'll do an experiment. I'll purple toothpaste with you. I'll see
Dude,
what's up.
I'll send you the fucking link for
Yeah,
the
send
shit
me
I
the
got.
link.
You'll like it.
My bigger question is, how have we not just fixed this problem yet?
Teeth?
Teeth in general, right? They're
awful.
And they're awful. They're an inconvenience.
Almost everyone's teeth go bad.
There's not a human being alive, right, that has not had one dental issue. Not a human being alive, I would think.
And not
whether it be a small
eventuality.
cavity, yeah, like if you were to live to 90 as a human being, obviously probably a lot less than that, really. But say you live to even 50, right? I think by the time that you're 50 years old, every single human being has had at least one cavity or some
crowding teeth.
Yeah,
or...
some dental issue.
It just seems like if teeth were such an issue, why haven't we figured out a way to, your baby teeth grow in, whatever, they inject you with something, your secondary adult teeth just don't grow in, everybody gets dentures.
Fix them from the get. Like, even if it's some sort of like, all right, when you're a baby, they take like a nail polish thing and they go, and they like paint them all. Like it puts like a concrete barrier around your teeth. Like, so like
our good friend Daniel said that as a young boy, after his baby teeth fell out, his parents took him to the dentist and he has teeth like sealed. Like they put a sealant.
I have sealants. I had them in, like, they fall out. No, they only last for so long. They last about 7 years. So
his lasted forever.
Well,
weird.
7 years is like the minimum, right? So they can last way longer depending, right? But sealants, all they are, the way it was described to me when I got them when I was a kid, they put them on my molars. And I went in, there was like 2 different treatments I had. Like they did one set, and then a few years later, they did like another one. But if you can picture like a molar, it's got like a moon crater in it, right? Like it's got like a cavity, like a natural, like if a mole, like you can picture a molar, right? So what they do is they almost they take like 2/3 of the layer on, and what they do is they put a sealant on top of that, so that cavity is not as pronounced and is not as deep. So that like they put like almost like it
flattens it,
sort of, yeah. And they put that inside your molars, and it's supposed to prevent cavities. It's supposed to do, and I, much like Dan, I think he talked about when like he felt it like kind of pop one day, or like for me, mine have just like disintegrated over time. Like there's probably not much left of any of my sealants that I had when I was a kid. They've just like, over time sort of eroded or whatnot. But yeah, it's a common thing. And I think the way it was explained to me, how like some people have high arched feet.
Yeah.
Some people have like myself.
How old were you when you did that?
10-ish, something like that. I mean, maybe a little younger, 9, 10, something like that. But like, yeah, the way it was explained to me is like, yeah, some people have high arches. You have deep molar valleys or whatever. So like, this is a preventative thing that we're gonna do. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I didn't really have much say in it. My parents obviously did it because it was a thing that the dentist told them that we need to do. The one thing that my parents were anti about, and it's, I guess, like this goes so much into the UK stereotype, but they initially, when I was real young, probably 7, 8 years old, American dentists were like, he needs braces. And they definitely wanted to, overcrowding, all that sort of stuff.
You didn't do it?
No,
You
no.
did.
My mom was like, I don't think he does. Fuck that shit. Basically, like that's for cosmetic purposes. We're English. We don't fuck with braces. And so we were going back there anyway, like back to the UK, back to the motherland for a vacation after we'd moved here, and after the
Be proud about
after the dentist had told me that essentially like I needed braces, and
Yeah.
she's like, nah, second opinion. Took me back to a UK dentist on vacation, in the UK. He's like, he doesn't need braces.
He has a lovely mouth.
Yeah, hey, perfect teeth.
Got a
Perfect-
fine British smile
perfect-
right there. Look at him.
Look at him. Oh, yeah, Austin Powers and that. Yeah, make me horny.
Mikey, you didn't have braces either, I take it.
Yeah, Ty. Wore 'em.
I don't mean it to
decade.
sound so shitty. Sorry.
No. I've seen Ty. I can tell you this.
I just didn't realize I was the only one that had braces. I mean,
Ty,
Oh, I didn't know you had braces.
my teeth are still kind of fucked up, but I have braces.
I didn't know that.
Ty, I'll tell you this. I can count the times I've been to the dentist on one hand.
Oh my God, really? Like even growing up?
Yeah.
I've never had money.
But your parents didn't take you to the dentist? They didn't. Oh man.
We were poor. Poor. We went like
I knew you were poor, but I didn't know you were that poor.
dude, I went like twice as a child.
Really?
And I think it's the reason like my sister is so into dentistry.
man.
It's because we didn't have like a very big dental influence.
See, now I feel like really bad for making fun of you all these years about your teeth. I just like now I feel that's just sad.
Yeah, we were just poor.
It-
So, and then like the only time I went as an adult was when I had serious tooth issues, and I was like, "Hey, yank this tooth out of my head," and they're like, "Well, we can come up with a plan, to like fix your teeth, and it'll cost like $4,000." I'm like, "How much is it going to cost for you to just take
Pull
the
it
tooth?"
out.
Like $200. I'm like,
that sounds like probably.
let's go with that.
Let's go with that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was like, I'm not going to pay you either, by the way. And they're like, well, what if it's not 200? What if it's 100? I'm like,
Still probably not gonna pay it.
I'll pay towards that.
Yeah. We'll get there.
We'll try.
So, did they do that without anesthesia, or did they at least
No,
give
what
you
you-
something?
No.
So you don't get put to sleep.
But
you-
they numb it local.
You get local anesthesia,
Okay. All right.
which makes it worse
Right.
because I can't feel what you're doing. It's still inside of your skull.
It's still a
You can hear it.
horrifying
You-
situation.
You can hear what's going on.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
they're just manhandle. It's not a real gentle, despite it being in your face and in your mouth. Having your teeth pulled out is not a gentle process.
And as much bedside manner as a doctor or dentist can have, there's only so much you can do when you're pulling out a piece of someone's skull, essentially.
Yeah.
It's going to suck a little.
It's definitely gonna.
Um,
So, okay, the reason I bring that up because we talked, on the previous show earlier this week or earlier tonight, if you're watching on Twitch, twitch.tv/ONRS Live, talked about how, or I brought up how I wanted to talk about Tom Green's latest appearance on Joe Rogan and his explanation of why he's not been online, not being, doing anything lately, and because of his horrific fucking injury, right? So, by all means, go listen to Rogan. It's a fascinating, actually, talk and interview. Not really interview. It's more obviously just a conversation, which Rogan's really good at, honestly. And yeah, Tom's, definitely changed his life. He's got very disillusioned with Hollywood, as people do. He's kind of gone back into, moving back into the country, and he's got a farm in Canada, and he's got a mule, all this sort of stuff he addresses. But the thing towards the end of the show that he actually brings up, he's like, Joe, I haven't really talked about this with anybody, but I had this kind of like crazy, horrible thing happen to me, and I'd like to share it here first. And I just want to picture, have everyone picture this, because when I'm picturing it and he's explaining it, it just sounds so horrifying, right? So he's down in Costa Rica at some private, probably pretty rich type of resort, but it's a real isolated place. And he said like, there was some staff, not a huge staff, maybe like 5-10 people in this whole island. There was probably like 15-20 tourists, like, and he's like, a bunch of my friends were down there with me. We went down as like a trip or whatever. And it sounds like earlier in the day, like afternoon, evening, they started a fire and had kind of like a bonfire on the beach. Sounds awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tom, maybe, and he's like, yeah, maybe I had a little too much to drink. I don't remember. I was just tired. I remember that. And he's like, I went, and he's like, okay, guys, I'll, maybe catch up with you tomorrow, whatever. It's been good. I'm going to go pass out for the night. Well, he wakes up. It probably fell asleep pretty early, he says. And then he wakes up at like 2:00 in the morning. And as he's like, oh, well, I'm wide awake kind of thing now. I see what the guys are doing down on the beach, where I just was.
Yeah.
So he gets down there. And he's like, he even passes a couple people that were like, oh, kind of night's ending type thing. They're going back to their room. And he's like, oh, okay, no big deal. Like, see you tomorrow. And he goes back down to the beach. And he goes and, he sees where like their fire was, what it previously was, before we went to bed. And obviously they'd kind of like tried to put the fire out before they went to bed. So he's like, oh, okay, cool. I'll just get the fire going again. And he grabs a piece of dry driftwood from the beach or whatever. And he goes to like do that thing. We've all done it where it's like one bit of like thing and like it'll make the fire, like, it'll like when you got hot coals going or whatever, just so
kind of revive a fire.
Yeah, reviving a fire, that type thing. So he goes and throws this thing in there, not realizing that this bonfire had obviously gotten really, really big while he was asleep. So he has no concept of how big the bonfire was. And they took shovels and they buried all of the coals in sand.
Oh.
Except for just like the one area where it was like, he said it was like, fire pit size. That's there. That's kind of like the opening of the volcano's mouth. You think about it like that.
Yeah.
Right? So no shoes, bathing, like he's got bathing suit on, t-shirt, whatever. And he walks across, he throws the piece of driftwood in, and it does that thing where it revives
immediately.
The fire. And so picture a 20-foot radius
Whoa.
from this fire. He hits it, and immediately, basically, the ground turns into.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
So he stumbles back, falls down in the fire. He's lucky to have not like lost his face. But he had like, they're talking like, I don't, if it's 4th degree burns, like there's a level above 3rd degree burns, and like his whole, like his feet were like in, like they sunk into essentially like all the coals, both of his feet. So he's, and he was able, like, thankfully, probably screamed or whatever happened. And there were a couple of like people that worked at on this island, like, oh shit, they ran down and they were able to pull him out. He's like, otherwise, like, seriously, I would be dead. Like, I would have passed out. Like it was just like firemen running into a burning house type shit, like type shit. And so they pull him off, and he said he had such severe nerve damage that he wasn't in pain on his feet, but was watching the skin literally melt and fall off of his feet. He ended up having to get like medevac, like it went sort of septic. He was there for like over like a couple a couple months, like skin grafts, all this type of shit. And they had to take, he was talking about how this procedure, the skin graft that he had done, this doctor had like perfected this. And they were taking, I thought this was fascinating, they were taking like a layer of skin off. They took it from his thigh, I think he said, somewhere in that region. They took it off his thigh, but it was like I forget what he said. It was like 10 times thinner than a piece of paper,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Of this like skin. And they were able to use that and basically graft skin for his feet so that he can fucking walk again.
Oh, God.
Otherwise, it's like bare nerves, like you know.
Oh.
Yeah, I just like I found it so like compelling, and also he explains like he feels like he's a little bit cursed because like if you remember, like he almost died in the late 90s, early 2000s with the whole testicular cancer.
So that's what I was thinking. Like for a moment, I thought maybe you were late to the game on that, and you were about to try to blow my mind with that.
Tom
It's
Green
like
had
I remember
testicular
him almost
cancer in the
dying, but not
90s.
that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's no surprise to me that after you go through two like huge life events like that, and especially this one, that yeah, you'd want to maybe just like be away from everybody on your farm in the middle of Canada and like
Dude,
I don't know much. Like I was trying to think about it like in my twisted brain, but like I don't know many more like horrific things. Like I mean obviously there's a ton like drowning or just like being in a house fire or whatever, right? But like that whole like the concept of you like watching your like like skin just slide off of like your bones basically, like it I don't know many more horrific things I can think of.
It's got to be the only one thing I could think of is that guy who got attacked by a bear in the past couple years, and
do I know
like
that one?
so I guess he gets attacked by a bear, and he follows the protocol of like just play dead, and the bear will lose interest eventually.
Except the bear didn't lose interest this time, or
Well, no, like the bear like swats him around a bunch and literally has like his head in its mouth. And he said he could hear.
God, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary.
It's much like the tooth thing I talked about, how like even though your mouth is all numb, you can feel like a tool
Right.
ratcheting around your tooth. He's like he could hear like his skull like fracturing, and like hairline fracturing across the skull.
My God.
And yeah, the bear eventually was like, "The fuck this! Like I'm out of here."
Right.
And he lived, and he's still alive now. But yeah, that's the only thing I could think of in that same like sensory level that like something awful is literally happening. There's nothing you can do. You can't fix it. You can't stop it. You just have to.
The one that pops in my brain that Tom and Dan, of course, have like talked about a million times is the guy in the tugboat, right, with the capsized tugboat, where he's underneath the ocean in a air pocket or whatever, and like,
you can hear the fish eating your friends.
Yeah, here's the fish eating the sharks eating his friends, and he's like, he knows there's not. I mean, he's not dumb. He's like, there's not much time. A couple days. What he's down there for like 3 days before they found him or something.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, but eventually that oxygen, gets depleted, and you know, like he knows at least that like there's a.
What would be
there's
such
a time on this? Like that's terrible.
Think about the weird, like you're trapped in an air pocket on a boat, like a couple 100 feet. You can't swim 100 feet before you're out of air, so you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, you can't get up because you'd get the bends. You would die, leave it like doing the thing, swim through, like get up to. No, you're dead.
You're more than likely gonna die before you even get out of the boat.
Yeah.
There's a chance that even if you got out, like there's a shark out there who's gonna
nibble at you.
He's gonna eat you. So you're just sitting
and
under
even
there.
If you get to the top, you don't know if there's any emergency like crew looking for you.
Yeah, you're out in open water.
Yeah. So even if you got to the top, you're still fucked. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, tread water for a
couple hours?
Yeah.
You're 3 days? Well, my point was, you're stuck in this little air bubble, breathing, and I guess over 3 days, you'd slowly see this air bubble just like
No,
receding.
no, I don't think it would be that. I think that just that would probably
it
stay
doesn't
the same.
recede like that,
No,
but
it-
like
Oh,
you would
because you're
just use
refilling it with carbon or your
Right.
carbon dioxide.
Yeah,
Eventually, you just wouldn't be able
to breathe.
to breathe.
Yeah, you'd fall. You just get like super tired, and you just like
Fall asleep,
Yes.
fall asleep and doze off. I think like that's probably what would happen,
and then die.
and die. Yeah, because
That's not so bad.
I mean, there's worse ways, right? Burning, like if Tom Green didn't survive that, and there was those people that didn't pull him out, worse way to die than like burning alive, right? That's a worse way
Think
to
of-
die than.
Think about this though.
You ever been burnt real bad?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
it fucking hurts.
yeah, fucking
Um,
hurts.
Yeah.
I've only been like steam burned, and that hurt for days.
Like oil burns, obviously. I've been burned a bunch of times. Like,
Like as a kid, I think most of the scar went away, but I just like as an idiot leaned my arm on the grill.
yeah.
Like it was one of those old charcoal like Weber black grills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about
And we
getting
had-
another one. I'm thinking about getting one of them. Actually,
The cheapest shit
They're-
are
they're
$20 everywhere.
yeah, I need to get one.
But like we had just eaten, we were outside, me and a couple friends, and I just did that, and it didn't hurt right away. And then like you're like, oh fuck, what the fuck?
Yeah, it
Like,
is. It's a weird one. It takes a second to register, and it's also like, you ever get like a burn like that where it feels so hot, it feels cold.
Yeah.
Does that makes sense? It
It's-
feels cold. Like it just
kind of.
yeah. Like it's an odd sensation. It's like
That's like the part where your nerve ending is
Yeah.
being burnt.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like when
yeah.
it goes away.
yeah, exactly. Like the cold thing, I think, is the step before not being able to then
Yeah.
like feel it anymore, which is where Tom Green got to.
But think
Um,
about all the people that this happens to
Yeah,
that don't have Tom Green's money.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they either just chop their fucking legs off,
Probably.
or they let their legs heal, and these people walk around on bare nerve endings until they die.
Mm.
Constant throbbing pain for the
Well, they
entirety
could just
of the
become.
rest of your life.
A lot of them will just become like bedridden, right? Like they can't.
Oh yeah, you stop walking around. 'cause
Yeah,
it's so
that's-
painful.
Yeah.
But bro, like if you live in Mumbai and you burn both your feet so severely that you can't walk,
Yeah, you're not getting skin grafts.
no,
Yeah.
more than likely they're not cutting your legs off either because that's still too expensive.
Dude, honestly, at that point, it's like my mom used to say, you know,
Bang.
about my grandma, like, because my grandma had so many health issues. She's like, if she was a horse, they would have shot her years ago. I mean, in poor countries, like, yeah.
You think they
You know
just
what? I'm
haul
co-
some kids out and
Think
they're
about
like,
it. Think about this. Like your best friend, right? Like me right now. Like we live in a real poor place in like ancient times. You're like, Owen had this unfortunate accident. He's bedridden. We've got to wipe his ass. We've got to feed him. We've got to
How long you been doing this?
Right. Like
And
how
they're
long?
like-
How long does that last before they're just like,
One winter before I leave you outside.
yeah, just leave me outside.
You get halfway through winter before I'm like, fuck every single
can't.
bit of this.
I've got a bell, by the way, too. I'm ding-a-linging. I'm like having
No.
having you light my smokes. I'm having
One, that bell is gone within a couple days.
yeah, that bell
That bell
Yeah.
is
punted
fucking old.
right in the lake or whatever. Like,
I'm
in
not
the
getting
swamp.
rid of our bell. That's the family
Mm.
bell. We're just gonna put it in the other room where you can't get to it.
Did you guys have family bells? I felt like my grandma always had like 10 bells around her house. Did your grandmas have bells?
I think we had like a bell at my
She had
grandma's
10's
secret.
an exaggeration, but there was at least 3 bells, I want to say.
What kind of bells are we
Yeah,
talking
little
about?
dingling?
Yeah, little ding-a-lingies.
Like actual dingling?
Yeah. So it's got like the wooden handle
Yeah.
and like maybe she just liked bells.
I know my grandma had like one of the tap bells.
She did not have a
Yeah.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Ding,
But-
ding, ding, ding. I'm hungry. I need to pee.
I
type
bet
thing?
yeah, I think it was more for when she had like surgeries later on in life, and my
Ah.
parents would like go up to stay with her and take care of her. And one, you ever ring a bell in front of me to request my presence? Not coming, and I'm not staying
Yeah.
around to continue to serve you.
It's the Breaking Bad, right? It's the
Yeah, nobody rings the fucking bell for me. Okay.
I feel
Um,
I feel you.
Yeah, no fucking way. I think old people, again, just
There was more bells back
In olden days.
In olden days, there's more bells.
now I just have a bell app on my
Yeah,
phone, and I'm like,
we've got
ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
bring back smoking, bring back bells.
Bells and smoking,
Bells and
2024.
smoking. Yep, that's it.
Smoking Bells.
A good name for a band.
The Smoking Bells.
The
The Smoking
The
Bells.
Smoking Bells. That has a
I'm not
ring
going to
it.
see Smoking Bells.
No,
That sounds
but-
like a movie.
Yeah, but the Smoking Bells? Yeah, Smoking Bells sounds like a really gay folk rock duo. There's a mandolin involved in there and two whiny bitches singing about like their boyfriends and stuff.
Yeah.
The Smoking Bells sounds like a pretty cool garage rock act that's gonna play
Yeah.
me some like, good, good shit.
Also, Smoking Bells could just be really weird shoegaze.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also accept that.
I'd be all right with
Yeah.
that. I'd be all right with that. Guys, you know what I think it's time for?
Oh, I think it might be time to bring forth the
Clips!
You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. Clips. You know we got 'em, baby. Clips.
Look, Mike, you've got multiple cones. You've got so many cones in
can
the
I-
studio.
Look at that
to watch.
cone.
Dude,
Oh, I got a glimpse of the elusive third cone.
dude, there is a third
So
cone.
many
There's
cones.
so many cones. Guys, yeah, Clips today sponsored by me, not Tom, because he does not do it anymore. He's too busy doing his own show.
He got a podcast. I saw it.
Yeah, it's so
I
much
watched
better
it
than
the other
ours.
day.
It's so much better than ours will ever be.
Bro,
And
I'm just saying, like the graphics on Tom's cinematics podcast.
I've been asking him for a brand refresh for like a year.
Well, he couldn't do it because he was rebranding his own podcast.
God damn it! It's
It does look sick.
It does look really sick.
I will say though, a movie review. Aren't there enough motherfuckers telling us there are fucking opinions on TV and movies already?
It's more of a dive through time and space than it is the movies. You guys will have to just check it out. I forgot what
Yeah,
it's called.
I watched the first one. I haven't kept on, but I'm terrible at podcasting.
Anthro something. It's like
Anachronology.
Thank you, Ty. Thank you. Yeah, just look. What is it again? Say it again.
Anthrochronology.
Anochronology or anochronology.
Just look it up on YouTube. You'll find it. We'll link it
It's
in
so
there.
popular. It's probably already getting a Spotify
Oh
deal.
God, it's probably already got like sponsors and all that. Whatever. But anyway, so that means I got to do all the fucking hard work of getting all the clips every week. And you know what? I've been doing a pretty good job of it lately. This one we'll start off with. It was a personal favorite of mine. I didn't realize how fire Indian heavy metal was.
Oh,
So
Wait. IT or TP?
IT.
Okay.
IT. Definitely full IT. So I didn't obviously name this, but someone has jokingly named this guy Raj Zombie.
Okay.
and
All right.
and yeah, this is what he's doing, and it's fucking tits. Hang on here. Oh no, I gotta get the audio going, don't I? That would probably help the scenario. Let me get that turned up.
is it Bollywood Rammstein? Or wait,
Yeah, well, you be the judge. You be the judge. I don't know. Yes.
I fucking love it.
It's really good.
Tiger heavy.
Yeah, it's very tiger heavy. I like that they pull the tiger into the live stage, music video scenario. I think that's
Pretty great.
Michael Jackson's eyebrows. I don't know.
I don't-
India must just be lousy with tigers.
That's what heavy metal looks like.
I'd go that show. It sounds like fun.
Okay, so I think you know how like head banging is a thing. When I picture a good a head bang, I picture a Smells Like Teen Spirit forward head bang, right? Like
Yeah, but these are
right.
Indian people.
I will
They
also
got the good
accept
side headbang.
a circular.
A circular head bang is
Right,
kind of a whirlwind.
circular, yeah.
But these guys, they Indian headbangers, we've now learned.
The downward facing no.
Downward facing no. Side to side headbang rather than up down. You know, like they're not doing yes.
Better for the neck. I'll give them
Probably.
that.
Probably. That's and good hair flips. I like. Okay, so this is great too. I don't know how many people are in this band, but it seems like there's like 80 of them. All of them are popping into the camera frame doing sweet
Herbal Essence-esque hair flips.
hair flips. And then there's one dude
No
that
hair.
has like a real short cut, and they pop him up though. Yeah, you know, it's like, hey, you know, like
Respect.
Well, everyone knows that fatter guys don't look good with like long hair like that.
I like a fat guy with long hair.
But you end up looking like the comic shop owner when you're a fat guy with long hair.
Or Benjamin Franklin.
Another fat dude with long hair.
Yeah.
Their headbang is so good.
It is. It's a solid headbang. I wish I had more of this clip, but that's all I got. You know, but that
Jams.
yeah,
Jams.
Yeah.
I will
approve.
give that a solid 5 on the out of 5 fire scale.
Oh, out of 5. I thought you were giving that a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 5 on the solid fire scale.
Okay. That's good. All right. We'll check this one out. This is Moel Summers, Oscar.
This one's for all my beautiful women around the world.
Okay.
All my Holly Berrys to Roger B. Hensons and Monique's and Jennifer Hudson's and Whoopi Goldberg's. This one's
One
for
of those things is not like the other.
So it's a very interesting choice. Oh, I get it, right? Like he wants to shout out the
Can we
ladies
go through that list again?
that he wants to fuck.
Well, I mean, of course, you call out the Halle Berrys,
That's number 1.
Hots.
Yeah.
Taraji P.
Yeah.
Henson's,
Hot,
gorgeous.
gorgeous
Okay.
black woman.
I don't really remember many of the.
Let's see.
This one's for all my beautiful women around the world. All my Holly Berrys to Roger B. Henson's and Monique's and
Monique, larger lady,
Beautiful,
but
though.
Beautiful, 100%.
B. Henson's and Monique's and Jennifer Hudson and
Jennifer Hudson,
Gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Whoopi Goldberg's.
Whoopi
What?
Goldberg.
Hold on.
Hang on.
Hold the phone.
Hang on.
Beautiful. Old.
No eyebrows.
Yeah.
Whoopi.
Where did her eyebrows go?
She never got them. She pulled them out. She never.
She skipped that installation process?
Yeah.
This one's for y'all.
This one's for them.
I've been watching you from afar.
Okay, so this guy, he
Slaps.
as you can tell, going to be the next huge vocalist. Probably gonna get a Vegas show. Probably gonna Super Bowl halftime soon.
I'm gonna say I think they just called Usher and said, "Hey, bud,
bud.
move on out.
Done.
We don't need
You
you."
really stole my heart when you stepped out that car. You look like a true star. Say I've been watching you from afar. You really stole my heart when you stepped out that car. You look like a true star. Girl, you deserve an Oscar. You deserve an Oscar. Red carpet ready, girl. You deserve an Oscar.
Hold on. You didn't even get the harmony back vocals. You didn't even do those good.
I can't explain how awesome that is.
You put a lot of production into getting those
all wrong.
All wrong.
All wrong. Like, not even close, buddy.
I love it.
So we could all agree
Damn.
too. We could all agree too. This isn't a joke. This guy, this is legit. Like
he sent this to people.
Yeah. He thinks this is good.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
He might get a Whoopi Goldberg holler back, but
It's okay. I got you. Because you know what? Damn, I want to save that for the end because that's my favorite one. I am gonna save that one for the end. We're gonna switch gears now to apparently I like a good knockoff of a movie. You know, a lot. China does this a lot. Apparently Brazil does too. So this is a Brazilian knockoff ripoff of Kung Fu Panda. You're gonna,
All right.
So yeah, you're gonna check this out here.
This big, clumsy bear dreams of one day becoming a great ballet dancer.
Yes.
But instead, he ends up being a little panda fighter.
That's what it's called, a little panda fighter. And, all right. I was you can tell the graphics are really good, right? They're solid.
it's almost the same level CGI. I don't see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
While he sees himself as a ballet star, he will have to get into the ring and fight. And more than just a day of training, he will experience thrilling and moving moments while trying to reconcile boxing and ballet. The little panda fighter.
I mean, this is pretty awesome.
So does that get a full theater release, or is this a straight to DVD?
Might be. I don't know. We'll have to find it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be at the Enzion in a couple
I'd
weeks.
fuck with this.
Yeah, it's gonna be at the Enzion for sure.
I want to get real high and watch this, though. It's great. But
See, I think now we just
it
cut.
went into Kung Fu.
Yeah, so now we just cut. It's just cut in. So, well, they made their first part, and then they just cut the Kung Fu Panda
Right
movie.
into it.
Yeah,
Directly in.
Yeah.
You can do. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just ate. So I'm still digesting, so my Kung Fu might not be as good as later on.
DreamWorks Kung Fu
So,
Panda.
It's funny that we're talking about this. I was watching a TikTok earlier today about how apparently on Steam, the PC gaming platform, they have this portion of Steam that's all just free junk, basically.
Oh, like, the garbage games and stuff.
So apparently, if you do a little bit of searching in all of that junk, they've just put literally apparently thousands of hours of copyrighted material.
Oh, nice.
Just like full movies, everything.
Send me some links. I need to figure out.
I got to find the stuff myself.
Okay.
But yeah, they were talking about how like this guy went on, found like the entirety of the Shrek movie. And it was just like, there's like 30 seconds of some dumb little GIF and then boop, straight into a whole movie.
Just
You
that's
download
how
it for free.
that's what they're doing. That's smart. I like it. I like it. All right. You ever wondered what a world championship whistler sounds like? What do you guys? Are you guys good whistlers? You guys,
My mouth isn't, but my butt
whistles
be
good.
whistling.
Yeah,
It be
you butt be whistling. What about you, Ty? You a whistler?
kind of, sort of. It takes me a moment to get like into it, but I can like strong whistle or just normal whistle, whatever.
Give me a song, Mikey. Give me a song that me and Ty would both know, and then we will compete, and you will judge who's the better whistler.
Oh God.
How about we go with
easy song? Come on, give me something. I don't know, something we know here.
I don't know. "Rape Me" by Nirvana.
Can I do?
Should we do it at the same time?
Can I do "Smells Like Teen Spirit" instead?
What?
I mean, I know "Rape Me."
Okay.
I don't know it that. I know that it's only the one part with "Rape Me." Like, whereas if I'm whistling, I go. Hang on, no, I'm laughing now.
Yeah. Brr.
All right.
Pretty good.
It's not bad. All right, Ty, do his Teen Spirit.
God. I feel like it's a bad choice.
No, go. All right, give me another one then.
Any song you want to whistle, Ty.
All right, how about see if you can guess this one. You remember that one?
Nope.
That's an 80s song.
No.
That was an 80s song. How about
that was
I wear my sunglasses at night.
Could have fooled me. Did fool me.
Give me
Riveting audio segments here, guys.
Pretty good.
You didn't know that? What song was that? Did you guys get it?
Yeah, dog. Spin me like a record, baby.
Yeah, see, you got it. All right. You do that one then. Spin me like do spin me like a you turn my head right round when you go. I did the 80s version. I didn't do the.
You just did the Flow Rider version.
Yeah, well, I sung but I'm for the kids so that they know what I was referencing.
For the kids.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Some of those listening
Come on.
audience just chocked full of kids, y'all.
Give me a whistle, Ty. You got to give me something.
I don't think I can whistle good anymore.
Try it. You're not gonna at least give me a happy birthday, bro. That was all, Mikey. That was better than Ty's done. You're better whistler than Ty.
I'm not a very good whistler.
No, but Ty can't even give you any sort of whistle.
I feel like I got nothing anymore.
Come on, give me a happy birthday. Give me something.
I did it. That was me. I did it.
No, that was Mikey.
Yeah, I'm in studio, Ty. He can see me whistling.
Seriously, you didn't hear that?
I heard it. It was trash. I bet you, Mikey.
Yeah, okay. I'll agree with that.
You can do better than that. Come on. You can do better than that. Mikey, come on, Mikey. I want to hear Mikey.
I just did that.
Yeah.
We're all whistling terribly. Didn't you hear us?
Well, I'm the best. All right, so I'm the best whistler of the bunch. That everybody knows that. Here's a world whistling champion.
The primary differences between an average whistler that you might hear just on the street and a champion and an artistic whistler are a couple of factors.
Artistic.
One
I'm
is
an
the
autistic
range,
whistler.
how high and low can you go? Another.
All right, this guy's got some whistling chops. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but he looks like a dork.
He does look like a dork, but most dorks can whistle.
Are the techniques that people use. For example, I've developed all these funky techniques. It's the regular lip whistle.
Funky.
But I can also whistle with my tongue and then go. So
his wife is happy with his technique.
Ah.
Yeah, I can't even do either one of those. Yeah, but it's because he can whistle with his tongue.
Can you tongue roll? Like rabbit. Can you say rabbit?
Rudimentary, my dear Watson.
Yeah. All right. So you can tongue roll.
Yeah.
You can tongue roll.
I use those as embellishments to mimic an instrument or to add diversity, and it really helps me interpret the music in a more interesting way.
It's fucking doing jazz on it.
There are many ways to keep
I don't need
one's lips
don't need you
conditioned.
trilling with a whistle,
Kiss, for
bud.
example,
Calm
24 hours
down.
before a performance, because kissing makes your lips mushy, and we cannot have mushy lips and be a champion. And I drink ice water, but perhaps most importantly is my best friend, chapstick.
Ah.
There is a handful of people around the world who can whistle, love to whistle, and have turned a routine type of sound into art.
So this guy's annoying to live with, right? Like,
Yeah.
he's like, if you're her son, daughter,
Constantly
if you're
fucking
his wife, like
whistling.
this motherfucker just whistling away.
Always with the whistling, Christopher. Calm down.
I'm not gonna lie, I might be kind of that guy. I do a fair amount of whistling around the house. Are you guys whistling?
Really?
Yeah,
Like,
I do.
oh,
I do.
really?
When I'm in a good mood, I pull out a little. You know, I
See,
do a lot of that.
that's my problem. I don't whistle.
Or I do a lot of wrestling themes too around the house.
I don't whistle, so it doesn't come out like that. But I have a bunch of like.
You humming? Are you humming?
No, it's just like auditory tics. It's like noise, but it's always
Same thing as what I'm doing, probably, like in the grand scheme of things, right?
I'm like,
You
I
do
like
that?
I
What
like
is
a lot of
that?
like bird cooing and like
Are you-
bird noises.
You make bird noises at home?
At home, at work, anywhere where I'm stressed out. It just helps manage stress.
Okay. A bird coo.
Throw a couple bird coos.
Yeah, throw a couple
Put a bird on it.
I never thought of that one. I'll have to check that one out. All right, we're gonna check this one out now. I found this super fascinating. That once upon a time, this is an interview with Alex Trebek, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Apparently, he used to get mistaken for being black a lot.
He used to look light-skinned black.
And this is what the whole thing is. It shows
And
a
with that
picture of him.
mustache?
Yeah, check this
How
out.
did you get involved
Check
with
this
the
out.
United Negro College Fund? They came.
So yeah, it's on Fox News. How did
They
you get
came
involved?
to me because I was kind of black.
Because I was basically an honorary black
No,
dude.
I hope his explanation is like, well, I was really enjoying the music of 50 Cent, and for a long time I would show up to 50 Cent shows, and it was kind of dark, and I am of a darker complexion, so they thought I was black.
It's not quite that, but it's not far off.
How did you get involved with the United Negro College Fund? They came to me and asked if I would be willing to appear on their telethon. And I said, of course. I went to do the program, and I ran into Gregory
Hines, great
They
black.
thought this man was Gregory Hines.
No. Not quite, but they thought he was Gregory Hines adjacent. Okay. Sorry.
And I ran into Gregory Hines, the dancer. And somebody came up to me afterwards and they said, I saw you and your brother talking a few minutes ago. Now, keep in mind, at this stage of my career, I had the afro, I had the mustache, and a very dark tan. I'm out there in...
That
he looks black. What the fuck?
Alex
I don't
fucking
know. He's
Trebek.
not black.
He could definitely be a Hispanic man, though.
Okay.
And he's wearing his shirt all open like that.
That Trebek fucks.
Oh, that Trebek is
Yeah.
swimming in pussy.
That Trebek is swinging, like swinger parties, like key parties, like shag carpet.
Yo, but I think
fucking
Alex
on the
Trebek,
shag carpet.
you know, I bet you his whole life
Right?
he sounded just like Alex Trebek from Jeopardy, though.
Oh yeah. It's just oh man.
In the Afro-American community as a brother.
Please also don't ever say that again, Alex Trebek.
He is an.
I was revered in the black community as a brother.
How did you get involved?
I don't know. I think he's an honorary brother.
Afro-American community as a brother.
There you go.
He definitely does look like an old white man at the end of his life, but he is 100% correct. He did look mildly ethnic in his younger years.
I feel like if you tanned him up a bit now, or before here, right? If you tanned him up a good bit, I think he could pass.
I think if you tanned
him, light-skinned brother, older light-skinned brother.
I think if you tanned him up a bit in that picture right there, he could pass for an abuelo.
I think also you give him one of them, like if he grows his like salty gray beard out, that's where
his hair definitely straightened out, or he had it straightened.
Oh no, that was straight. No, that was a perm, bro. Like he
was perming it.
Yeah,
back
he
then?
was like my dad had that hairstyle. It was pop.
What?
Oh yeah, my dad was full perm, bro. Like yeah. Like that. That's
There's the difference between a perm and a fro.
That's a perm. That's a straight.
That looks poofy, man.
My dad had the same thing. He used to get it permed.
His hair is too thin though now for that to be like a that's got to be a perm.
Well, he's dead, but yeah.
Well, his hair's flat now.
Real thin.
Real
thin.
Not there anymore. All right, we got one more clip. It was my favorite. I saved it for you guys.
Saved it for the end of the clips.
And this guy, I think, has given us the greatest cover of Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses ever created. And I saved it for you guys because I knew you guys would enjoy it. Make sure to pay attention to this, Mikey. You're gonna want to do it. Okay.
Let me see it.
All right, just letting you know. All right. So can we also first comment on older Asian man with emo boy haircut?
Yeah.
It's like bad emo boy haircut too.
Yeah. That straight.
It's almost like the
bang.
Friar Tuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got a lot of Friar Tuckiness to it. All right, so he's gonna give you his rendition. Ty, you're gonna love this.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. We got everything. Fine. Whatever you may need. If you got the money on it, you got the disease. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle.
Oh.
That's all you got. It's all you got. That's
I was just getting
good.
in. Damn.
Pretty. Mike, you've actually got better teeth than this guy.
I know. Yeah, that's true.
You actually do have better looking teeth than this gentleman right here.
It does always wonder me. It seems like some people get like one mambo front tooth.
Yeah.
And like one normal guy, but
Yeah.
like one of them's like a.
And then sometimes you get like my wife had one. She's always been subconscious about it. It's never bothered me at all. But she's like, she talks about she's got baby tooth. She's got like regular teeth, and then she's got one that's like got a little baby one.
I had that too.
tiny
I had
tooth.
one
Yeah.
baby tooth, and it eventually actually fell out. Didn't have I have one hole.
Oh,
But-
your baby tooth eventually fell out?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell my wife that. That'll freak her out. Anyway, that was Glibs.
Clips.
You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby.
Clips.
What do you guys rate? I mean, that was pretty good. That's pretty good clips. I mean, doing a lot of work here on my own here.
Let me
pulling the
just
clips.
crunch the numbers.
I mean, that Trebek, black Trebek. Think about this. Black Trebek.
Treblack?
Raj Zombie. You know,
I'm putting in the old clips computer here,
Oscar.
Owen.
Yeah.
We're punching out at an 8.8.
Ah, it's
Beep, beep, beep,
low.
beep, beep, beep.
Ah, man.
8.8's a high
You're
B.
mad?
I think it's a 9.3. 9.3 all day. Yeah.
I'm glad Mike's was where it's at because I probably would have lowered mine if his was lower, but 8.6, which is pretty high for me,
you
man.
guys,
I felt good about it.
You know what? You guys need to start.
You shut up. It was good.
You need to start contributing to the clips. How about that?
I keep telling you.
How
I
about
grade
that?
hard. Okay.
Fine. You guys remember soap shoes? Remember
Yeah,
them?
the ones with slide plates and like where the
Yeah.
arch, the foot arch was.
I saw one going on eBay the other day. A pair of soap shoes.
Soaps.
$600.
$600.
They don't make them anymore. A pair of
How much were they before? I can't even remember.
They were like $80
Yeah,
shoes.
they were 80, 90 bucks for sure. Yeah, they weren't cheap back in the day.
No,
I had a pair. Do you have a pair?
No, I only knew one kid who had them,
Mhm.
and he had them until he fucking broke his ankle, and
With
I
soaps?
guess, yeah.
Yeah. So I had them. I definitely.
Oh, you did?
I had them. I had a pair. Too scared to grind on.
He had them. Never used them.
Yeah, not really. I'd do like a step. You know, like if there was like I would try and do it on that. Wasn't very good, but I'm not about to like jump up on a railing
And
you
just
know?
slide it down.
One of my besties had them. He would do some random weird shit, but
Was he
never
good on them
too
though?
crazy.
Like, see, this is the thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I understand in the commercials they used to show the guy doing like the huge rail, right? Like zipping.
Yeah.
Up. I don't think. I know personally, I never saw anybody do anything crazy on a pair of soaps. Whereas, like, I had friends that were like skateboarders, like they could do some crazy tricks and like do some like sets of stairs and all that shit. I had even,
but like I've seen smaller rails, like 3-step rails. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like,
but that's pretty, right?
It's
Like,
quick.
I imagine
but
those are
it's
almost
so cool.
harder to hit because it's like you almost have to like hit them and immediately go out. There's no like holding or staying.
Yeah, and it's weird because like you have to hit it. You do have to hit that like plate perfectly, otherwise like the tread like will immediately
stops
stop
you.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. So like aggressive running. They called it aggressive running. like it was like
It was like an interim step to parkour.
And aggressive skating was around at that time, right? So you did have fruit boots like doing like aggressive skating. Like,
Yeah.
So
That I did do a little of.
I played hockey and I never got into it. Like it was just a different way. Like my feet didn't work. Like I remember a friend of mine let me like same size or whatever. Like remember trying on like and his like I don't know like the feeling of the boot and everything like the physics of it like didn't work for my feet because I don't know was used to just like skating in a certain way I suppose like kind of a more left right than a more vertical
like pushing and
it was definitely a different mentality. I also had like this really poor kid friend. He was the Kenny, right? Like the South Park Kenny. Like he lived in the poor neighborhood. But he was a friend, like, and so he wanted to fit in. And there were a few of us that got like the soap shoes, right? Like the cool rich kids, right? But he wanted to have a pair himself. So we took an old pair of his Airwalks and got I'm guessing like his dad probably was a plumber or something, and he must have had like a shop behind his house or whatever, because he made his own pair of soap shoes.
Oh, nice.
Where he took a piece of PVC pipe and then cut it in half and then like embedded like the
right in the shoe.
Into the shoe. He's like, they're just as good. I don't think they are.
They totally work.
And then they didn't. They never.
Not at all.
No. And it was funny because you could hear him like coming down the hallway because like he didn't cut it quite. He didn't cut it quite right. So like the middle of his foot where the PVC pipe was a little longer than the sole of the shoe. So you'd hear him just like a goddamn horse coming down the hallway.
Clopping on through the school.
Yeah.
but the other one, the real ones, clacked too a little bit.
Yeah, they did. No, you're not wrong. They did. They absolutely did.
I do remember a kid in middle school who tried to like grind on the edge of those big black science desks in the science classrooms.
Yeah.
He tried to.
Those are high.
And he jumped from a desk to another desk.
Okay, gotcha.
And was immediately sent to the principal's office.
I was going to say, was immediately sent to the hospital because he cracked his skull.
No, I mean, he did it.
Yeah?
He jumped and like slid on probably like a 3-foot ledge.
That dude is a legend, honestly. Like that dude
and we were like,
yeah.
Fuck.
What a legend. What a legend, old fucking Steve.
Miss Gill didn't think that. No. She thought, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Go to the principal's office.
Fair enough. Let's do this thing. Let's get out of here and let's talk a little bit. It's been a while since we've done one of these. I always love to do, a little bit of pomp and circumstance, as you well know, and actually, let's get some pomp and circumstance going. Let me get that.
My parents had me circumstanced when I was little.
Did they? It's sad, man.
Shouldn't be circumstancing kids.
I was talking with a gay friend of mine the other day, and he was like, really he's like, I find cut penises disgusting. My gay friend who likes the penises was all like,
foreskin or no skin.
Yeah, he was. I didn't, and I naturally assumed that gay men would aesthetically like the penis to be the cut version.
So you can see a dick.
Right.
Because they're trying to look at dicks.
Yeah, they're trying to see more of the head of the dick, like all of that. But he assured me that I was incorrect and that he says that
does he say the majority of the really?
Yeah, he said the majority of the gays
want a non-cut ween.
Yeah, they want that natural. So I mean, fair enough. Right?
I've never felt self-conscious of my circumcision
until today.
Until I learned that the gays don't like it.
Yeah.
What if we infiltrated Republican culture and started that as I think that's already a thing where it's like, if you're uncut, the gays will love you, and we'll see a stark rise in Republican adult circumcisions.
I agree, and I think it's an interesting topic, but for now, what we do need to discuss is a little bit of our old school game. Something we love to do, something a little sexy at times. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the casting couch.
Woo!
Oh no, we're keeping it classy right here. You see? We're keeping it.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Yeah.
Remix.
So, here you go. I'll give you this.
Epitome of class.
Yeah. Now we can move forward. So Casting Couch, we like to take a look at old movies, old TV shows, old concepts, whatever it is, right? And we like to recast past them as if it was 2024. And I know they are making a lot of these,
Reboot mania.
Yeah, Hollywood always likes to reboot some of these things. But I'm feeling like, all right, let's reboot some concepts ourselves. Do it our way, right? So, my first one, I'm going to ask you who you go with, because this is an interesting one, since Michael Keaton is reprising the role in apparently Beetlejuice 2. They are making a Beetlejuice 2. And Michael Keaton will be playing the role of Beetlejuice. What if we had our say about this? If we're rebooting as on a radio show, if we're rebooting Beetlejuice as on a radio show, who are we picking for our modern day Beetlejuice?
Oh, man.
I gotta say it, not even a huge fan of the guy, but I somehow think it fits. I feel like Pete Davidson.
He already looks a little. He already looks a little Beetlejuicy.
He looks Beetlejuicy already. Yeah.
You know what? I don't think he could pull it off, though.
No. Not
as
cool
much
enough.
as I like that idea, because I did. I seriously thought about it right away before you even started. But I don't think, I don't know, man. Acting-wise, I don't think he could.
You don't
play
think he could
straight
pull it
enough.
off? All right. I mean, that's a valid concern. I understand what you're saying. I actually kind of sort of agree with you. Anybody else that strikes you in that world?
It's just such a weird. Beetlejuice is a weird dude.
All right. You kind of need a bit of a Billy Bob Thornton as Beetlejuice.
I mean, that would be kind of rad. Kind of.
Isn't he the same age, if not older, than Michael Keaton?
Yeah. That would switching it out.
Tom Green.
Nick Offerman as Beetlejuice.
That'd be a stern Beetlejuice.
Could do that.
I'd like to see Eric Andre pull a Beetlejuice.
All right, Black Juice.
Oh, okay.
Black BJ.
Blacker the Beatles, sweeter the juice.
That's true. That's true. I don't mind Black BJ. Eric Andre would work. I like it.
See, Owens just putting this stuff in because he did the Pornhub drop at the beginning of the show.
But I gotta get paid. If I don't do that, we don't get any sponsors.
Wait, we have Pornhub money coming in?
Yeah, well, that's the idea. That's why I keep doing it.
The ad you watch before your porn comes on. Oh no, radio show.
I mean,
also, if we're gonna get any of
target demographic,
if we're gonna get any of our bits sponsored by Pornhub, it's got to be Casting Couch.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, yeah.
Thank you.
Good. It's a good one. Okay, can we also do Kristen Wiig as Lady Juice?
I mean,
I'm all right with that.
Lady Juice.
I can also see who's that black chick that looks like a monster?
Leslie Jones?
Leslie Jones, yeah. Leslie. She's basically already Beetlejuice female.
God
damn it. Yeah.
So I think we've actually nailed. We got
did
a couple white juices.
Yeah.
We did a black juice, a lady juice, a black lady juice,
lesbian black lady juice.
Oh, Leslie Jones is lesbian?
I believe so.
Was Alec Baldwin the original dude?
I mean, no one probably
Baldwin.
because no dude wants to fuck her, so she's had to kind of do that. I mean, she does look like a monster.
Alec Baldwin was the original, one of the original couple that killed themselves in the house.
Yeah,
it was him, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it should still be him.
I'm
we
fine
should
with
recast
that.
it.
Yeah,
it should still be him.
Okay. Switching gears. All right. Short Circuit, the movie Short Circuit. Johnny Five. Who's the Indian?
Who plays the robot?
No, well, he could do the robot, but then
Johnny Five still plays Johnny Five.
Yeah. I'm talking about we need a good
the Indian
Indian dude.
We need a white guy to play an Indian guy.
Well, cultural appropriation. Let's take it back. Let's take Johnny Five back for the lights.
So we'll just get Kumail Nanjiani, whoever.
Rudy Giuliani's gonna play him.
I said Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh yeah, I was gonna go as Aziz Ansari would be a real good if we're gonna reboot Short Circuit.
It would be funnier that way.
I think that's what we do.
And who did you say earlier from the stupid show?
Kevin Hart.
No, Kevin.
Oh no, I don't know.
No,
Tyler Perry. Let's get Tyler Perry. Short Circuit.
You want an Uncle Tom Short Circuit?
Yeah, that'd be good. I'd like that. The Rock would be good too.
Are we gonna make him play an Indian guy?
Yeah, for sure. I want to see The Rock as an Indian guy in Short Circuit 3, whatever they left off with. I think they did 2.
They did do a second.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. How about this, guys? How about this? Something we need to very seriously consider in this day and age.
I'm certain.
In 2024, if we were to make a new movie, Twins, who would our twins be? Okay, original twins: Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Danny DeVito.
Who are our new twins for 2024?
So
Aquaman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jason Momoa.
Okay, I like that.
Michael Cera.
Not bad. Not bad. I would go. I like the kid from Stranger Things with no teeth. I think he would be good.
Dustin.
Yeah, I think he would be good as one of the twins with Jason Momoa. I like that. I also think that we can do
Jonah Hill for no good reason.
Haven't they already been doing this Twins movie with The Rock and Kevin Hart like 5 times already?
Yeah, that's pretty much what they do. How about Leslie Jones and Kevin Hart this time?
Oh, we're going to race flop it and half gender swap it.
And monster it. Make sure there's monster in there. She looks like a monster. Okay, so twins, we got it booked. That's good. What about the Blues Brothers? Who you guys
Oh man,
doing the Blues Brothers with?
Wait, so that was Dan Aykroyd and
Joe Pesci.
James Belushi.
No, wait,
James Belushi.
Just a Joe.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah, Joe. I do actually want to see Joe Pesci as a Blues Brother.
I'm a fucking blues brother.
Hey, I got the blues.
You think I'm blue?
You think I know the blues? I know the blues. I tell
Call
you,
me a blues brother one more time.
I'm in Muddy Waters. I am the Muddy Water. Yeah.
I'd love to.
Oh my god.
This is good. Joe Pesci is Dan Aykroyd. I don't know. Yeah. How about Ed Sheeran and Hootie?
Darius Rucker.
Yeah, Darius Rucker is
the Blues Brother.
Blues Brother.
Yeesh.
Damn it. No.
All right, let's keep Hootie. Let's get rid of Sheeran. I don't like him either. Let's get rid of Sheeran. Let's keep Hootie.
Idris Elba.
I like it.
Darius Rucker and Idris Elba are.
And let's be real. Blues Brothers should be black. They should. You know? Got soul.
That's true.
Created the blues.
I don't think we were trying to give him credit for that, but that's true.
But Idris Elba created the blues.
And he's a Brit.
Yep.
So it's extra disrespectful.
Yep. I like that. I like that. I like disrespectful. How about...
Let's do... Oh, wait. Owen, can I suggest a new movie?
Okay.
Let's do the movie Monster with Leslie Jones.
Okay, yeah. So it's like
Goddamn,
the one with the
what?
skating
Yeah.
rink where she's a serial killer, but it's just Leslie Jones being awful looking and killing people.
Yeah. We'll ugg her up just a little bit.
Okay, I'm into that as long as we can do the Blues Sisters, where Leslie Jones is a monster blues serial killer and
sent from a mission from God.
Yeah.
To
be ugly, and her and the corpse of Amy Winehouse.
Oh, whoa! Fuck.
I'd go. I'd watch it.
Can we do Weekend at Bernie's, but use Amy Winehouse's
Yeah.
corpse?
I'm a yeah, a lot of that. Happens. How about this one? The Lost Boys.
The fucking Lost Boys?
Let's get some new vampires up in this bitch.
All right, so we're gonna.
Where are we going? All right, I mean, you gotta tell me. I don't know.
What happened to you?
He died at his own joke in his head.
Are they lost? The Lost Boys.
Yeah, who's the Lost?
I'm just gonna do a Leslie Jones joke.
Okay. Leslie Jones is Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, that'd be good. I like that.
The guy who played.
Imagine her with the teeth and the blonde mohawk thing, the mullet mohawk thing he had.
She has to do
she's
full remakes. So it's just
her. It's scene to scene, exactly the same.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And the guy who plays Max at the end of the movie, Fogel from Superbad.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because Max is like that big nerdo.
Yeah, he's a big nerdo. Yeah, I can see. That's not a bad casting.
Yeah.
That's not a bad casting.
Although immediately
Tina Fey as Max would work though too.
If we're lady swapping it.
Yeah,
So
for lady
Tina Fey is
swapping,
Max.
The lost girls here.
Lost. Oh, we're gonna Ghostbusters this.
Yeah, Leslie Jones.
She was also in Ghostbusters.
I know. So they throw her as Kiefer Sutherland. We got to get a Corey Feldman character in there. We got
Haim and Feldman in there. To be fair,
let's just get Nicki Minaj in it. Let's go big
Nicki
ass,
Minaj
big ass vampire.
Yeah.
Let's do one of them.
Ooh, you
right?
dropped
That'd
it.
be good. Queen Latifah also in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know where she is, but she's in.
She's the mom.
No, she's another vampire.
Oh, she can be Bill's character.
Yeah, that works.
Because who's gonna play the sexy sax man from the beginning of the movie?
Nick Offerman. Nick Offerman.
I was gonna go with the guy who plays saxophone, Bill Clinton.
Okay, you know what?
Bill Clinton.
I'm
with
in.
his shirt off and abs. Maybe?
Relevant, young, fresh, hip.
Full Clinton.
Full Clinton. Let's do it.
You know what? And we're gonna throw Hillary in as one of the Lost Girls too.
And somehow Vince McMahon's in the movie. Don't know how, but
he plays the grandpa.
He's either the grandpa. Yeah, that's good. I was gonna say maybe the guy at the record store or.
I think that's Max.
Oh, that is Max. He owns the record store.
Yeah. So yeah, Vince McMahon plays the grandpa.
Solid movie, by the way. Lost.
Yeah,
we
solid movie.
Ginny and I just watched it the other day. Real good.
Stands up, doesn't it? It's one
fun.
of those that holds up. Yeah.
I mean, the vampirism is kind of shaky and loose, but I like how cool it was.
I like what is it? The one line: "A million people in China can't be wrong, Michael." And as he hands him the rice, you know,
Yeah.
and then he goes and he opens it and it's maggots in there. Oh, that gets me every time.
Ew.
It's gross. All right.
Real quick, the Lost Boys had the sickest hangout spot though. That
whole
seaside grotto.
That place was pretty fucking dope. Like if I had that though, I'd put a hot tub in there.
Yeah,
that was the only thing. It was missing a pretty dope hot tub. I don't know though. Like they did have to. Man, a lot of stairs. They had.
Are you a vampire? You fly down that.
That's true. Yeah. What?
Bat. Just bat it out.
Get to be a bat. That'd be kind of sick.
Hang on.
So, what gets you find out at the end of the movie, that, they're like, I think we finally did away with all the vampires in where they live, Santa Clarita or whatever it is.
Yeah,
sounds right.
And then at the end, the grandpa like comes back into the frame, like he kills the main vampire, hits him with a car. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling a 40-year-old movie now, but
I think it's okay.
In the end, the grandpa knew the whole time that the whole damn town was lousy, full of vampires.
Oh yeah, he knew.
And he's just like, I wish you. I have always hated this town being so full of goddamn vampires. Blah, blah, blah.
But he said nothing about it. He's like,
yeah, like
he
mom's the
lightly
fucking
alluded to it. Oh, you're gonna move in? Okay, but by the way,
by the way, the whole town chock full of fucking bloodsuckers. So don't go out at night. And how does that even happen though?
He was rude. He was rude in doing that. I don't agree with that.
What fucks me up even worse is, how do you have is the police force in Santa Clarita just a fucking joke? You got people coming up missing constantly.
Hang on, I'm trying to get some cinematic, emotional music for our last,
gender swap or Leslie
Leslie
Nelson's a monster.
All right, how do you guys do this one? 2024, you're casting Back to the Future. Iconic film. I'd put myself
Leslie
in
Nielsen.
Well, I'd put myself in there as Michael J. Fox. I think I'd be really
Definitely not shaky enough.
I
Get
feel
out.
I would really. I'm young. I'm hip.
You're not short enough. Get out.
I'm Huey Lewising. Like I've got my skateboard.
Can't play a guitar.
It's true. I'm not very good. Who do you got then? Who do you got? You got maybe let's start with Doc.
Leslie
Tom
Nielsen.
Hanks.
Leslie Nielsen has been dead for like 20 years, bro. Like not even.
He means Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones is Doc. She looks like a fucking that works.
Okay,
she's got the hair. Yeah, Leslie Nielsen is. Or wait, Leslie Nielsen is.
All right, and for Marty, we get the girl who played Precious.
Okay. Yeah, Fat Marty on. She's got a lime scooter. She's got a lime scooter this time instead of the skateboard. And,
God damn it.
And that's it. That's
the whole movie.
That's the whole movie.
Right there.
That's it. Right
Done.
there.
John Cena is Biff.
Okay.
That actually kind of works.
I'm good with that. Yeah. He's gonna be pushing around Precious. He's gonna be bullying Precious.
Oh, Bryce
gonna
Howard
get
plays
manured.
Marty's girlfriend.
Too hot.
We gotta have one hot person in this fucking movie.
No.
It's full of monsters.
Yeah, Leslie Jones equals ticket sales. Everybody knows that. She's like, people like monster movies.
She was the stand-in for the new Godzilla 1.
I saw it. Yeah, it's great. I mean, they didn't have to CGI or nothing. Like,
Jesus.
Gollum's. She's gonna do a Gollum thing, I think, soon.
The Gollum remake.
Yeah.
The life and time.
Yeah, they're gonna remake Lord of the Rings, and I think that's what they said that she's gonna be.
One man torn asunder by a ring. This is his tale.
Leslie Jones is an unattractive woman. I'm sorry, she's just a very unattractive woman.
Do you think her hair doesn't help it at all either? Because it's like
I don't think it's her face. I think it's just her whole face.
She's also like 6'5".
She looks like she has a problem. She's sickle cell or something. Like she's.
Jesus Christ.
She's just. I don't know. She looks sick.
She looks like she would be angry a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, she might beat me up.
I bet you she smokes.
I hope so.
I bet you she's
Cigars.
Yeah. And then she always makes the joke about closest thing to a dick that's ever been in my mouth. She says that a lot. I think things like that.
That's a solid catchphrase. I think we should all start saying that a little bit more.
Well, I mean,
I'll eat like a hot dog and be like, closest thing to a dick that ever came in my mouth.
oh, guys, you know how I suppose we'll wrap up with this because I have been very much into my plants. I got the greenhouse. Like I gotta try and figure out how to build.
I was gonna say you have a greenhouse.
I have a good 8 house plants in this. You didn't compliment me, by the way, on my house plants. Thank you.
Some of them look mildly dead, so I didn't really want to bring it up.
You didn't compliment me at all on how amazing.
A lot of half-dead plants in here.
I'm gonna get into a new thing, guys. I'm gonna get into hydro plants soon. You're gonna see. I'm gonna have a thing over there. It's gonna have like a bubbler, and it's gonna have a cool light, and it's gonna be a plant that's gonna sit in the
So wait, are you
corner.
gonna take your plant to car meetups and start doing like the like the bouncing?
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's
nice.
We're in a community now of like really
cholos.
Yeah, putting neon on my plants.
Okay.
Gonna start like really like I at least I'm gonna start with those little screw in things you put on your wheel tips, your like I gotta get a lot.
Oh,
of
the
that.
air stem.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some light up one of them. So that's it. I'm gonna do that with my plants.
I think that's cool.
Neon plant.
I know.
Get like that. I'm gonna be doing that, and I also I did the other day. I got a new dartboard tie, so I've got yeah, and
not electronic.
no, of course not.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
You know,
Good.
you know me. I mean, I'm
making sure.
I'm a still.
Yeah.
So I have 2 different locations now where I can put it up behind the studio here in the piss corner. I can put it up back there, right? But then I also I don't know what you guys think about this. Is it trashy to have a dartboard on the front of your house?
I don't think it's trashy if you had like a decorative.
It's kind of
dartboard
inviting
on
chaos. You know what I mean? Like, here's a dartboard. Throw something at the dartboard.
You would say it's also just putting a target on the side of your house.
That's what I mean.
I mean, that's why I move it to the back when I'm like when I go to. But I can move it around there, and then I can throw some darts, like a little more space, a little more open, out front.
A little trashier when you're doing it out for everyone to see.
Yeah, so the world could see, like. And I did the thing where, because you gotta have your Aki, you gotta have the line that you gotta step up to be able to throw the darts. Yeah. So I did the move where you take a can of spray paint and you spray paint the grass.
Right in the grass?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did that and got I spray painted a lot of leaves and stuff, but it'll be there for a while.
I definitely think it's gonna be kind of keep the property values normalized when people see a 40-year-old man throwing darts in his front yard at his house.
Well, we gotta regulate the neighborhood a little bit.
Fine.
I can't have these gray mini McMansions taking over. No, we gotta throw on a good old fashioned.
I mean, Owen, while you're at it,
plays darts.
Why don't you just build a half?
Yard.
Why don't you just build a half wall in the middle of your yard and start holding craps games out there?
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's put up like a cinder block half wall.
Yeah.
Pour a little concrete pad in front of it, and we'll just have like an open dice game out there every couple days.
I thought originally you were gonna say let's build a half pipe.
Let's build a half pipe.
Like let's just do that. Like we can do half pipe and
and we'll play craps on the side of the half pipe.
Yeah, and then we can encourage kids to come skateboard. And bring
can we just
gamble?
Can we build like an old school debaucherous skate park? Because I feel like skate parks have really come away from the debaucherous nature they started with.
Everything. Oh, they're so pussy now.
You can't smoke a cigarette
at
a skate park anymore.
Get out of here.
Smoking should be an all the time thing.
And you should be able to allow. Yeah, you should be able to be allowed to like smoke and skate at the same time.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody drinking out at skate parks anymore.
Used to be part of it.
There used
smoking weed.
There used to be one of those old bathrooms that was like a park bathroom.
Yep.
That everyone would just pile into, and we'd smoke a bunch of weed in the park bathroom.
I feel like skate parks too. You could get a handy every once in a while in the bathroom near a skate park.
Or if you could sneak away to the parking lot of the skate park, you definitely fuck somebody in the car and then come back to the skate park.
And then go skate a little bit. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
This is what the world needs.
Make skate parks great again.
I like it. I think just make the world great again, you know? That's part of it. That's part of what we need.
We're not drinking and smoking and fucking in enough places. We've gone soft.
How about the robot in Short Circuit is Leslie Jones? That's
robot.
That's what we need.
I don't think Johnny Five was that much of a monster.
Aziz Ansari. And Johnny Five's way better looking than Leslie Jones. You're right.
God damn it.
That is a thing. Yeah.
Could Leslie Jones just fill in for Chappie?
No, Chappie's better looking. Can't.
He was a fun bot.
Yeah, he's way better than that.
Who do you like more, Chappie or Johnny Five?
Johnny Five.
Johnny Five's pretty legendary to me.
Even though he had treads and not legs?
Chappie's awesome.
No, cool, better personality. Johnny Five is alive. Come on, Johnny Five. I just think a better dude.
That movie has a spot in my heart.
Oh,
input.
Oh yeah,
more input.
We all also know too that was a cultural appreciation thing, right? Like the guy that the Indian guy wasn't Indian.
He was white.
He's a white dude, right?
That they brown faced.
Yeah, they brown faced that motherfucker hard, and he had to do that accent and shit.
That's the real travesty of Short Circuit is you just didn't hire an Indian gentleman.
Leslie Jones, clear all that out.
She's not an Indian gentleman either.
Doesn't matter. It's Leslie Jones.
Doesn't even matter.
Doesn't matter.
The Jones goes.
The Jones goes. Guys, it is time that we wrap things up for the evening. We thank you.
That's my job.
We thank you for listening to the Owner Radio Show this week. And I assure you, we will be back very, very soon with another episode. And hopefully the next episode will be also featuring the Owner Radio Show 2024 Deathpool Draft. Hopefully you're all signed up. You're ready to go. We will be posting more information on that as it comes, as we figure things out ourselves.
I can come late to that because I'm the last person on the fucking list, right?
Well, it's interesting how that worked
There's
out.
rounds,
I
though,
got first, and you got. I mean, I guess just the
crazy.
Odds, just crazy.
How odd that all worked.
It's nuts, man. I couldn't. I mean,
I think
it's totally
I got
random.
9.
Totally random. You know.
So you keep saying.
Yeah, they're very random. And
super random.
Yeah, definitely random. And you guys will enjoy I'm sure, the draft as it comes up soon. Like, hop in there, listen to the show, put in your picks with me if you're not going to be there live. But again, we'll tell you all the details that need to be done here in the coming week. We thank you for listening. Twitch.tv/ONRS Live if you ever want to check us out on the internet live. Patreon.com/ONRS if you ever want to just donate an extra couple bucks. OwnerRadioShow.com for everything, and wherever you find your podcast, just type in Owner Radio Show, will pop up. Facebook.com/group/Owner Radio Show. And boys, what do we say when we get out of here for the night? Eat up,
Like a break it down.